Hello YouTube, welcome back. I have, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on your viewpoint, managed to fuck up my OBS settings, and as such, we will not be getting any of those mandrills, racist ghosts, or Conan intrusions. So we'll see how that goes, won't we? Maybe I'll fix it later on, maybe I'll reinstate those, but for now, due to my tomfoolery, my cock-uppery, we're unfortunately deprived of them. That's right, Claycree. They are in the future. They are, and they know all about it. But unfortunately, they can't communicate with us. I mean, they could probably communicate with us then, but them ringing us up and going, "Still shit," in the future is not going to be much use, is it? Because we'll know what it's like then as well, won't we? We'll be fully aware. There's actually people watching my Dark Souls playthrough right now who are watching in the future here, who I address from the past directly as future citizens. And they're probably enjoying it. They're probably like, they're talking to me. That guy in there is talking to me from ages ago. Oh, it's like watching restored footage of World War I troops created lovingly by Peter Jackson. Maybe. I don't think so. No footage of me requires colorization. Hello, Ravelin. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. What if, at this point in a parallel timeline, Corvid is over? I mean, that would be nice, wouldn't it? I mean, if only it wasn't a parallel timeline. If only it was a tangential timeline. That would be better, because then they'd meet up somewhere. Then again, we can't guarantee that they tangentially met up in the future. Or now, can we? They might have already tangentially met up. They may have already fulfilled the maxima of their shared conditions, right? What am I talking about? Are my words even making sense? I've got a big bag of words over here, and I'm sort of just sifting through, pulling out fistfuls, having a look, going, nah, not those ones. Oh yeah, maxima, I love that word. Whoa, let's keep that one. That can go on the stay pile. Oh, what's this one? Oh yeah, that one. I'm sorry. It's COVID, not Corvid. Imagine if COVID was Corvid and you turned into a crow, like Eric Draven from The Crow, who for some reason I've been talking about a lot lately, strangely. Imagine that. Or imagine like your blood cells turned into crows. That would be awful for both you and these suddenly appearing crows. Absolutely diabolical scenario. Speaking of diabolical scenarios, let's get into the game, shall we? Because frankly, I'm taking far too long. Also, it makes sense for me to turn a little bit of the old Simon Swerwer on, just to give us a musical bed, some background noise, something to keep us all ticking over, right? Seems good to me. Ravelin says, I haven't had a chance to watch the Crusader Kings 3 VODs. They stream at like 6 a.m. for me, and I go to bed at like 3. How have you liked it? I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy it after my trial period on the Xbox Game Pass expires. I might if it comes down dramatically in price, but I don't think I can justify 40-50 quid on a game that is basically staring at a map for hours. I know there are many arguments for the purchase of the game, but at the moment I think I'm going to, in a month, manage to wring out all the immediate interest from it. But we'll see. Who knows? If hundreds of people start watching and they all demand more Crusader Kings, maybe I'll get it. Who knows? But there are so many games on my to-finish pile at the moment. Like I still haven't finished Red Dead 2, have I? Barely scratched the surface on that game, in fact. Death Stranding, still got to complete that, although I wasn't streaming that. So many games. I'm more along the line that time is an illusion created by self-replicating particles that have collectively gained sentience just to trick the dumb intelligence it has gained to keep replicating. I mean, it's not impossible. I mean, that could be the actual state of reality. Who knows? I'm certain that the state of reality is certainly less fun than we perceive at most times. Yeah, it's 1,000+ hours game, but it still will be 1,000+ hours game in 2 years when it's half the price. And, you know, much as I like to support the artists who make computer games, you know, not at the expense of other stuff. So, you know, sorry. I'm sure someone else will buy it full price. I'm sure they have. I'm sure many have trumped out and bought it for first price. At the initial price, it's good. It's a paradox statement, it doesn't get cheaper. Well, that's one of the problems. That's one of the problems, isn't it? But it might. I got Crusader Kings 2 vanilla for free. So, we'll probably end up going cheaper. At some point. Anyway, this isn't Crusader Kings 3. This ain't your granddad's Crusader Kings. This is Dwarf Fortress. Your granddad's Dwarf Fortress, your dad's Dwarf Fortress, your Dwarf Fortress, your son's Dwarf Fortress, your grandson's Dwarf Fortress, generation after generation of Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress forever! Oh, sorry. Okay. I agree. CK2 Vanilla, not the best, but I mean, I could have also bought the DLCs if I'd sold my car. Right, it looks like we've got traders waiting in the depot, ready to take goods from us and to be given goods by us. Let's honour that pact, shall we? Have I actually got my trader heading to the depot? Not yet. Get that trader in. Let them do their business. Also, we're going to want them to start hauling all the ships, so we do need to unpause it, but I would like them to start hauling all the dirty, tatty, broken and worn clothes that we have in the fortress. Now, most of them are neatly tucked away in quantum rock stockpiles, which is not ideal. That's not where I really want my rags. So, what I'm going to do, is this a vomit-strewn corridor? Someone been puking? Is this a lot of pukey puke? It's a lot of pukey puke. Whose puke is it? Is it this guy's puke? Ablel? Are you chucking up? You having a little vom? You hurling your guts up? Rainbow yawn? Technicolor scream? All that jazz? It could be this. Oh, that's Albert. Well, no, hang on. There's this guy here as well. Vukar. Could be either of them. Could be anybody. Does it really matter who did the vomit? As long as it gets cleaned up, I don't really care. Where was I? Yes, I was going to take all the clothes in my quantum stockpiles and unforbid them. So D, B, C, and we reclaim this little bad boy, and this little bad boy. What lovely bad boy reclamations. Now that should leave us with all of the knackered old clothes in these stockpiles exposed for dumping orders, which means I can come to the other floors where we have our stockpiles which are auto-trade, and then, is that auto-trade? This is auto-trade. What we can do is say I, and we'll pop a little rectangle there, and we're going to call it a garbage dump, and biddly bongly, with the magic of Dwarf Fortress, we should end up with a procession of dwarves moving clothing items that are worn and tatty into that square, and then, henceforth, from that place to the trading zone, whereupon they shall be expelled from our fortress with a little bit of monetary blowback. Ooh, God, yeah, love them trade credits. Love those trade credits. So, this is looking good so far. Oh no, sorry, that was a little line of people taking goblets somewhere. They're not interested in trading their clothes. Some of these dwarves love their tatty shit. Is there a command I can put in DF hack to hasten the clothing situation? I know the fact that they put them in the bins in the first place is a DF hack command, but I don't know if that's running on a time frame or something. Right, has my trader turned up? We've got any goods in there? Okay. No deal yet. Nobody's in yet. Oh, that's okay. It's okay, no need to panic. It looks like they're still hauling some of their crap into the depot. Look, they've got beasts of burden laden with barrels tromping along the little depression here. It's good. It's good. Now you're thinking with portals. That's right, Osmosis. That's right. Well, I say thinking with portals. You know what I mean. Thinking with quantums. We've had some resistance to the quantum stockpiles. Somebody came into chat, I forget who it was, and they were like, quantum stockpiles? You absolute heathen. How dare you? I declare holy war! And then that was it. Everyone in the chat was killing each other. You may not realise it, but you're in a post-apocalyptic chat environment. I'm exaggerating, of course, for comic effect. They just said, there was more of a sort of stern tut, if that. And to be honest, they were in chat, so I don't know, maybe they didn't even tut. Maybe it was just like, oh, do you have to? I'm not entirely sure. Imagine if the idea that if we are a simulation by a computer the size of the planet. I think if we are in a simulation, the computer that is needed to run it will have to be a great deal bigger than a planet, I think. I think we're talking at least star size, possibly some kind of Dyson swarm, or even, let's go larger. Let's go for an enormous array of computational devices caught in an orbit around the final black hole in the universe, eking out energy and computation from the movement of the last little dregs of Hawking radiation popping out as the thing winks out of existence. How about that? That might be fun. That might be fun. I've been listening to Too Much Isaac Arthur, I think. I haven't watched his latest video from, I think, yesterday, but I'm going to get round to it. I'm going to get round to it, people. Come on. Calm down. Isn't the quantum stockpile just one tile stockpile with infinite items? It is, but there's a little bit of finagling, a little bit of finessing required to actually get that situation to occur. Right? There's a little bit of fiddling you've got to do to actually get people to do that. It's not that difficult, but you know how lazy I am. It's taken me the best part of a decade to even bother to try it, let alone successfully do it. Broker's still not coming. Oh, I have obviously not told them to come. Have I? Have I told them to come? Come to the depot. Come, baby, come, come. I don't know the name of that song, but it's stuck in my head, wedged between the wrinkles of my cerebral cortex. Still saying no job for the broker, and I'm pretty sure I've got the wrong... That's trader requested. So you should be coming to the depot, right? Atir? What is it with this fortress and brokers? They seem absolutely hell-bent on preventing trade. It's almost like they've got some kind of self-diametric opposition going on. You can build one. Can we build a Dyson sphere into a fortress? I imagine the frame rate. I mean, Claycreek says you can build one, but it would suck. I mean, it would suck all the frames out of your universe, for sure. For sure. I mean, maybe if we built a Dyson swarm to run Dwarf Fortress, although having said that, it doesn't support parallel processing, so essentially the only option we have here is to increasingly marginally improve the power of individual clock cores. Oh well, never mind. What's the record for a stable, usable processor? Not some fucking wacky shit that someone's done on a test bench pouring liquid nitrogen all over it. What's like the highest stable clock speed achievable, and how much does that badass processor cost? So I'm going to guess about 10 grand on the price. I reckon that's just the price point for that kind of tech. But as to the speed of it, I've got no idea. It's probably a moving target, isn't it? Are they going to come out of here or what? Right, we need to investigate. Atir Shethbeth Cog. What are you up to, Atir? Could you please divulge your secrets? What are you doing, Atir? Why are you not trading? Could you possibly make your way to the depot and start swapping things? Mm-hmm. Is this him? No. Where is he? Where's our broker? Why am I doing this? Let's just press Q and type in broker. Is he a dude broker? Oh god, no, please. Right, we've searched for him, and now we need to go to him. Go to me, he's gone to you. Oh, he's sunk into a depression. Of course. Atir Twinkling Boot. Oh, jolly Atir Twinkling Boot has finally succumbed to the conditions in the fortress and begun to gaze sullenly at his navel. I can't bother to go and trade anymore. I think I'm going to sit here and look all sad. Oh, hello Sal, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. That wasn't me saying I'm feeling all sad. That was me impersonating our little broker here who's flat out refusing to do anything at the moment. He's just sitting there being all depressed, staring at his boots. Sad. Very sad. So, who have we got here? Hello, Kero Cat, welcome back. Hello, Cerez the Zocker. I'm guessing that's the correct pronunciation. Thanks for joining us. It is a raid indeed, Osmosis Jones. And there's Arctrect. Hello, Arctrect. welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. You've been in chat since before I was streaming, so you've probably got a couple of windows open, right? You cheeky little viewer, you. Cheeky little viewer. Hello, Hot Cup of Tea. Welcome back. And hello, Sal. There you are. I see you. Hey. For all those who've just arrived, all the fun sort of like pop-up stuff that I'd made recently, the screaming mandrills, the racist ghosts, all that kind of stuff, doesn't work at the moment. I've thoroughly buggered my scene collections, and I need to unbugger them. Not that I'm sure you can do. I don't think you can do that, actually. I think that's a legal impossibility. Anyway, Cybernethi, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Just wait until a large creature starts banging on the fortress walls. That will soon put a stop to it. Well, we'll see. Yes, Dalceris. No, singular. Racist ghost. It's like H.P. Lovecraft. He comes up and goes, ooh. Which is, it's alright. Just let him do that. As long as he doesn't start dressing up like an actual stereotypical ghost. I think he's getting a little bit too close to the line there if he does that. But, as long as he keeps his opinions to himself and just acts all eldritch and stuff, I think it'll be fine. Yeah, I'm afraid, Claycree, the mandrill's gone. No mandrills. Hello, Cooler. Hello, Beardstar. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. And thank you very much for the follow, Cybernethi. Much appreciated. Is it Cyber or Cyber? Cyber? Is it like Siberia or cybernetic? Obviously, it would be CY if it was like cybernetic. But you get what I'm aiming at here. You see what I'm trying to pick out, what kind of factoid I'm trying to tease from this mess. Factoid? Factoids are actually false, so I don't want any factoids. I'd like actual facts. That would be good. Is that lava? That is indeed an enormous column of lava rising through my fortress. Like what it is. It's a volcano. Nature's burp. Or is it a burp, or is it a fart? Actually, that doesn't work as a reference. It's more like nature's sweat glands, right? Earth's sweat glands. Because I don't think that... I can't think of a single living creature in the world that has hundreds and hundreds of anuses or mouths arranged along cracks in its bone structure. So, I mean, obviously, let's just strike what I said earlier from the record and come up with better metaphors. I think that's the best way. Think Siberia. Good. Well, that's the thing, Osmosis Jones. This segment we're looking at is magma, but it's an open-topped caldera, or cone, more accurately in this case. Remember, we Googled it. And so it's lava to a point, but you have to think, how far down does the lava extend and where does the magma begin? It's a question of degrees, really. Is the lava just the very top thin skin on top, or does it have to be sitting on something non-magma in order for it to count as lava? We've had this question come up a number of times. We may as well ask how many angels could dance on the head of a pin. Although I do know the answer to that one. It's none, because they don't exist, in my opinion. I call it an opinion, but it feels more factual than that. Anyway, nature's way of vomiting last millennia's lunch. I mean, my goodness, many millennia ago, right? I mean, how long does it take for a continental plate to subduct? Whew, heavens above, that's a long time frame. Geological time is a bit mind-bending, isn't it? A volcano is more akin to a pimple. So magma is like sebaceous pus. I don't know about that. I like the pimple imagery, the eruption, the bursting, very much there. I feel it, but I don't know. I think magma is a more majestic fluid than what we might squeeze from our clogged pores, right? Or maybe not. Maybe I'm a fool. Maybe I'm a fool, and this is all nonsense. It's entirely possible. Hello, TDA, welcome back. Thanks for joining us. Oh, and thank you for your lovely embark. Amazing. Hot Cup of Tea thinks my metaphors were pretty good. Just wait. Sooner or later, you'll be scratching your head going, and what does he mean by this? What the hell is going on? Is this a diagnosable condition? Could we get him some help? Those kind of thoughts will start dancing across your mind. By the way, seeing as we've got some new arrivals, if any of you happen to be in the Tacoma area of Washington State, United States of America, you may well be interested in visiting Tacoma Games. They sell tabletop role-playing games, collectible card games, board games, polyhedral dice, miniatures, etc, etc, etc. That sounds like your kind of thing. Tell them I sent you and they will sell you stuff. It's great. It's a great deal. It's amazing. It's this thing called trade, commerce. I mean, I'd never heard of it before, but mind-blowing stuff. It really is. Excuse me. Let me just catch up with chat and then we'll move on. Blood angels don't exist. Oh my god, that's a good point. Now that you mention that, Jimmy Space and his Marines are clearly real in the future, obviously, 40,000 years in the future or there or so, give or take. Then they don't exist until the 40th millennium. That's what I'm saying. It's lava. I thought that said it's labia once it's out of the volcano, and I'm sitting there thinking, I don't think so. If volcanoes erupted enormous sets of lips, I think we'd all notice. I mean, I think Pompeii would have been a different story. Then again, if you're being buried under an enormous tidal wave of lips rolling down the side of a mountain, I don't think it makes much difference to being buried under an enormous pyroclastic flow, does it? Once the weight's in a similar sort of ballpark, you're fucked. It's not gonna. I mean, maybe it'll be less burny, less toxic gassy, but that's only to the beginning. I mean, being buried under a pile of lips, whether weird science style grown in a lab and therefore sort of just sealed pink wrinkled sausages, or whether, actually taken from a growing host, so to speak, they're going to get pretty stinky after a while. You're going to start developing some kind of toxic gases from decomposition. Okay. I've gone too far. We need to pull this back. Let's quickly get back into the chat and see if anything sensible's happening. Is anyone talking about Dwarf Fortress? Magma is below the surface while lava is above the surface. Yes, Beardster, but we must remember that this entire column is technically exposed to the surface, see? So is that all? Is it lava all the way down? Or where does that stop being lava and start being magma? Because I feel like on this floor, were we to polish this obsidian wall into a window and to look through, it'd have to be pretty fucking thin, but if we were to do that, we would be looking at magma, surely. But does that hold true for being on, say, these floors here, much closer to the surface? Like, from one vantage point, this magma is very clearly above the surface, yet still within the surface itself. It's a complicated philosophical questions. Amakat Semag. Now there's an OG remembrance. Osmosis Jones, well done. I've actually fixed that for a while, so it's not been a long time since we've had the Mirror Man. We are floating on a cooling floating ball of hot stardust with a layer of mould, and our poor state we fight over mouldy rocks not much better than ants. I mean, that's not wrong. It's not true. It's fun though, isn't it? It's fun being mould on a big rock. I like it. What the fuck? I'm in that area. I've been there. I'll stop by in the after times and mention your name. Do. I've got branded Tacoma Games dice in green and purple. Very nice. And obviously a mug. You've seen the mug. Yeah, they know me. Are you by any chance a Malkavian? I always played Nosferatu or Gangrel or in a pinch occasionally. I might try and throw things up and play a little bit of Aventru, but generally speaking, Nosferatu was my clan. I had the Malkavian handbook. They're all right, but, you have to be crazy to be one of them. I'm not crazy. Just a little bit not normal. That's all. Not quite crazy. An item of unreliable information that is reported and repeated so often, it becomes accepted as fact. That's true. Oh, hang on. Sal said something earlier. Hang on. A factoid is a false fact. It is. It's a false fact. Like misinformation is like deliberately sown false facts. So misinformation is deliberate factoids, and disinformation is deliberate factoids, and misinformation is accidental factoids. Now, there's a lovely name for a band, isn't it? Accidental Factoids. Then again, I think that would work better as an album. But what would the band be called that made the album Accidental Factoids? And what's the first track? To be honest, thinking about it, I think almost certainly for that band, whatever they're called, the first track would be called Intro, right? Yeah, it's that kind of band. Anyway, where were we? I'm getting wildly off course. Let's catch up. Oh no, I made the mistake of scrolling up, and so now I don't know where the beginning of the chat is. It's going on ages and ages. I stepped away, says Ravelin, to take the asparagus out of the oven, and we were onto the stages of decomposition when we came back. That's alright. It's not gone that weird yet. We're still relatively within the realms of Dwarf Fortress chat. Decomposition, miasma. See, I can get to Dwarf Fortress in 2 steps. It's no nonsense whatsoever. Hello, Fuzzy. Welcome back. We will get you a namey in there. Well, we'll check to see if you've already got one, though, because I'm fairly confident you've had one in this fortress and they remain alive. But we'll see. We'll check. It's still magma because it's within the volcano. Surface isn't sea level or whatever. It's literally wherever the volcano ends and the outside begins. So it's not lava until it bubbles over the edge. Bubbles, dribbles, drips, flows. Until it flows over the lip of the volcano. Is that the case? Is that how it works? And what are your geological credentials? Come on now. Don't try and pull a fast one on us. I see you. Where are we going? Will this be the first Tacoma Games visit that is caused by Scoundrel? Possibly. It could be. I don't think they've ever had anyone come in and say, if you buy goods that tot up to the value of international shipping on this mug and a pair of dice, then that is their most successful advertising campaign ever, I think. Well, we'll see. Senile Paparazzi. Oh, Senile Paparazzi and the Inadvertent Factoid album. I don't know. Signor Paparazzi. Signor Paparazzi seems like more of the name of a band. Don't forget the decapitation. Oh my goodness, I've missed the context for that one. Why do I get so stuck behind in chat? People say stuff and I'm like, oh, it's good, but hold on, I'm 3 pages back. You might still be there. We'll check. Accidental Factoid will be my mathcore band. The first track will be half, since that's my lucky number. Nice. The small fact is a factlet. Oh, nice. A factlet is... Oh, God, excuse me. I was about to pour too much spice into the bowl and burn all of our tongues and get this channel banned by making bizarrely graphic statements. Let's wind it back in and just check. If I remember, I was a fisher, and in my fortress, fisher dwarves often die first. Well, they are outside. That's the problem, isn't it? Ejaculated from the glowing tip. I mean, potentially. Although, why am I thinking of E.T.? Try not to follow me down this path. The imagery is disturbing. There are volcanoes that don't erupt, but have magma in them. Does magma ejaculate off the caldera? I think it runs down the the caldera is the depression made by the collapse of material after the eruption, as I remember it. And then when you see your sort of Mount Fuji style traditional mountain volcano with the top cut off, that part is called the cone, which I think is a disappointing name. Caldera, oh, very cool word. Cone, come on, try not to do that. My geological credentials is a high school education and fascination with natural disasters and weather. Well, I think that's good enough, to be honest. You know Robert Schoch, but you're there. You give it a go. A literal manlet of facts. That runs off the tongue. Hello, Shinio Cage. Welcome to the stream. 1. I hate that dwarves never pick up random bits of stone in my fort. I might be able to help you with that. 2. I hate being told we can't do this because we have no path there. Oh, that is annoying. But it doesn't tell me where the thing they don't have a path to is. Sounds like you've been experimenting with burrows and alerts and have missed somebody. This very fortress had that problem early on. Poor old poor old Chunky Nut spent 2 years standing in a room while all of his compatriots tromped past him, not able to do any of his work. And weirdly enough, didn't lose his mind. He remained sane. Pretty impressive. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Thanks for joining us. Speaking of ejaculating ETs, there are at least 3 different pornos of ET. Heavens above. I mean, come on. I mean, surely there are... I mean, if you've got the puppet, I suppose, you want to get as much use out of it as possible. Especially if someone's, shot their bolt in it or something. Oh, God, imagine being the fucking puppeteer on the sequel. Where are we going? Cancels pickup equipment could not find path. Oh, God. Trust me. I fully understand your pain. I fully understand your pain. Yeah, sometimes stuff ends up designated and then gets sealed in. So the Caverns is a prime candidate. If you haven't got any borrows, definitely give that a little go. Well, Sanctum Spiritstone, welcome back, by the way. Can you call it a real doll if it's a doll of ET? I don't think it is. I think you have to quotation mark that. Real. Or you could say authentic prop ET, right? Maybe. For what it's worth, the fascination isn't a joke. When the pandemic aftertime start, I plan on going into storm chasing. Oh my goodness, storm chasing. Heavens above. Well, let us know and get us any exciting footage to show on the stream. That'd be fun. Like, as long as you're not spirited away to the land of Oz, it'll be all good. I'm looking forward to it. Interested. Very exciting. I'm a knower of things. He has been counting, so of course he has. That's his favourite thing. It's the first thing he Googles every time he goes into incognito mode. Oh, E.T. Then again, 2-letter search term, bit shit, isn't it? Not going to work very well, I don't think. Or maybe it will. Or maybe you actually Google E.T. space the extraterrestrial. Or E.T. colon the extraterrestrial. Or maybe you Google E.T.'s colon and that gives you what you want to find. I don't know. I am not privy to the sexual peccadillos of chat. There is no way I could possibly know any of these things. Well, I could probably do some fucking hacking shit, like Hacker Man, and figure out your search history and shit like that. But, oh God, can't be asked. Really can't. And to be honest, do I really want my opinion of people shattered like that? Nah. I have seen the new Dune trailer and I'm very excited. That looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't really give anything away, but it does look a little bit more authentic to the book than the Lynch version, and certainly more restrained than the hypothetical Jodorowsky version that could have ended up being made and was in an alternate universe. I wish it had been, to be fair. I would be quite happy with all 3 of them. But then again, if someone had told me that before it happened, that David Lynch was going to make a Dune movie, I would have gone, who's David Lynch? I'm 5 years old! Which is crazy. And then they would have gone, oh, the man who made the Elephant Man film. And I'd have gone, the one that made me cry! Because that did. Elephant Man made me bawl my eyes out. I was going to say bawl my little tears off, and then that wouldn't make any sense, so I had to intercede in my own thought process and jarringly edit a phrase as it came out of my mouth. Terrible shit. If you'd like to go to the land of Oz, then, give it a go. Do try to land on the correct evildoer, though. The correct witch, rather. Because if you kill the good witch, that's not a good thing, is it? That's a bad scene. Good witch aside. Nighty Night Telia, I'm sorry that we didn't play any Dwarf Fortress before you went. How rude of me. What an idiot. Right. Without Jodorowsky's failed Dune, we'd never have the Meta Barons. The Meta Barons? What are you talking about? Without Jodorowsky's failed Dune, you wouldn't get Alien, according to the documentary at least. A lot of the people who made Alien, Return of the Living Dead, they all met on the pre-production for that. And so, exciting times, very exciting times. They had H.R. Giger working on the designs for House Harkonnen. Imagine that. Giger's Harkonnen. I've got that guy out of the wrestler guy from Guardians of the Galaxy who plays the Knifey Knife Man. He's in it by the look of it as, I'm guessing, the Harkonnen champion. He looks quite sickly. Doesn't look very well. I suppose he could be a Sardaukar or something, right? You know what? I've never actually read Dune properly. I've only listened to it as an audiobook when I was too young to fully appreciate its majesty and grandeur. So, and also when I was in bed at night. So, with a lot of like falling asleep, missing big chunks, and rewinding, trying to find out where I was. Rewinding because it was on an actual cassette tape. Oh my god, those were the days, weren't they? I don't like the shots where on the surface with only the nose plug. I get that the execs want their stars' faces visible as much as possible, but Arrakis is supposed to be brutal, not a walk on a beach. That's the one, Andrew. David Bautista. I remember his name now. I get it. The other good wrestling actor, who's not The Rock. Jason Momoa, yeah, he looks pretty cool in it as well. I think he plays Gurney Halleck, doesn't he? He's actually Patrick Stewart's character from the Lynch version. Intriguing casting swap over. I mean, when under what other circumstances would you consider Jason Momoa as a recast for a Patrick Stewart character? I don't think he'd make a very good Professor X, and I think it would be a weird Star Trek with him. I mean, not that I wouldn't like to see him in a Star Trek, but as Picard, maybe not. Maybe not. I liked the Aquaman movie. I did. I enjoyed the Aquaman movie. It was silly, but it was fun. It was good old fun and very colourful. And to be honest, you could pause quite a few frames of that film and just sit there looking at it going, Jesus, how much detail do you want to put in, you mad lads? You said you had an idea on why dwarves weren't picking up stones to take to a stockpile. Right. Okay. Let me just go over my little quantum stockpile process. One of the problems is, when you make a stone stockpile, look at me, Sal, I'm tutorialing. Yay! Are you proud? Actually, I should be careful. Whatever I say, take with a grain of salt, because there's a significant chance that poor old Sal will cave her own forehead in with her palm. Okay, where were we? Let's come down to my stone stockpiles. What you need to do is narrow the focus a little bit, because what you end up with is loads of stone, loads of orders, and then it gets picked up bitty bit here and there, little tiny thing, and it slows everything down. So, set stockpiles for specific kinds of stone, and make sure you've got wheelbarrows assigned, because they will move everything quicker with wheelbarrows. If you collect specific kinds of stone, it sort of narrows the focus, and if you check what kind of stone is in the room, brilliant, all good. The other option, which I find a little bit more awkward, is to make a dump zone and designate all the stone you want moved, excuse me, hiccups, for dumping, and then they'll start hauling it. However, if you're doing it over a long distance, they'll take a long time to do it because they won't use any wheelbarrows. So for me, making quantum stockpiles, what I do is I set a stockpile here that takes one type of stone at a time, and they bring it to the stockpile with wheelbarrows, and then we dump those over here into quantum stockpiles, which allow for more compact storage. Hopefully that'll help you. But if it didn't, you've hit the extreme limits of my Dwarf Fortress knowledge, and I'm probably not going to be able to help. However, Sal does make tutorial videos for realsy, proper, and so you might want to check out her YouTube channel. If you want to post a link or anything, feel free. Feel free. Momoa could be in the Quentin Tarantino Star Trek, even as an alternate universe Picard. I don't like the new Star Trek, the new alternate universe films, and I don't like Discovery much either. I found it a bit, I don't know, it doesn't feel very Star Trek-y to me. I love DS9, but arguably it started a sort of rot in the essential Star Trek-ishness of Star Trek. So, I mean, I don't know. Oh well. So, assign wheelbarrows to the stockpiles. No, what you do is you get your Sal, let him know if this is actually something that needs DF hack. But click on the thing so it flashes like that. Get on your stockpile, press S, and then you want to Oh no, not S. Sorry. Sorry. When it's flashing, you can see you've got maximum wheelbarrows. Press W and change it to a number of wheelbarrows that you have. I've put 100 here, which is probably stupid because at no point will 100 dwarves ever be using this sensibly. So I should probably change that to 50, shouldn't I? Which is still a ridiculously high number. There we go. But they'll move stuff a lot quicker in a wheelbarrow. Way quicker. They'll be stored in the stockpile until someone grabs it to move stone, then they'll put it back into the stockpile. Yes, yeah. Also, especially with stone, bear in mind that the wheelbarrows can sit there with stone in them, so it doesn't necessarily stop stone being put into the stockpile. It's not stopped. If you're using Lazy Noob Pack, I think DF Hack can be activated really easily, and you don't actually have to put in any commands on it. You just use the vanilla DF Hack settings. In fact, maybe even, let me just look at my launcher, because I use Lazy Noob Pack too. If we go to utilities, yeah, if you just look at the utilities tab and highlight Dwarf Therapist in green, oh, not Dwarf Therapist, no, you can just use DF Hack. It just works out of the box. Should be able to do that. It should work. Not sure. DF Hack exceeded the 3 maximum number of wheelbarrows means that's how much dwarves can haul. Wheelbarrows also makes hauling heavy stones faster than without. Much faster. Is it true that if you set more wheelbarrows than available, then they won't haul with the wheelbarrows? I hope not, because I've probably been hauling shit tons of stone around without wheelbarrows, if that's the case. Fingers crossed it's not, though. Fingers crossed it's not. Anyway, what was I doing prior to launching into this enormous... Oh my god, I've been going for an hour. This enormous 45-minute random waffle. Here we go. Where did that hour go? That's a whole hour that just disappeared into the middle of nowhere. I already did 3 hours stream today. God, it just eats time. Trading, that's what I was going to do. And I need to make sure that my broker, my depressed broker, goes to the depot. With that in mind, let's go deeper into the corridors of our fortress and find the little broker. There he is, just sitting there, not doing anything. Maybe, just maybe, a trip to Dwarf Therapist will enlighten us. It's Atir the Sad Dwarf. I'm just going to do a refresh. Population remains stable. 72 adults, 1 child, and 0 vulnerable babies. Here's Atir, currently in a bit of a mood. At least he's in a depression. That's a good one. He doesn't run around killing people in that mood. Oh, fuck. Charlie's throwing a tantrum. His current job, starting a fist fight. Great. Grats. Well done. We need to find someone else to take this role. If the trader is depressed, if the broker's depressed, we need to find someone to actually take on their responsibilities. So, noble, breaker, replace. Do we give it back to Solon, who also displayed some issues regarding brokerage, but solvable ones just by forcing him to go there with a burrow? Solon, you're reinstated just for a little while, just to see if things work. This is a purely temporary, provisional setting, a provisional arrangement. That's what's going on here. So, let's click and see. Solon is going to trade at the depot. What amazing lad. What a great guy. What a chap. What a Bisley Bosler. I'm making up phrases now. I also wanted them to Solon Jazz Hands. Intriguing proposition. We'll give it a go. Oh, and thank you very much for the follow 7 minutes ago, Sarah's the Zocker. Much appreciated. And the other person who followed 14 minutes ago but didn't say anything in chat, so I won't call you out because I'm not some kind of fucking monster. Come on, I know a little bit of Twitch etiquette. Oh, we've got a migrant. That's a migrant. Right, okay, so I need to make sure that the clothing is being shipped up. I was telling them to dump it here, but they've ended up putting a shitload of rhyolite in. Oh, knacker sacks. That means that, here I've left arse candles. I've left everything designated for dumping. Let's remove the dump designation and let them get on with shifting all the clothing. Hopefully they'll move that rhyolite back into position when it's time. I need to go back to the dumping stockpile. Where is it? There it is. And say DBC, and we'll reclaim all this gubbins here, and hopefully it will get whisked off to the trade depot or slammed into a thingy. Stone stockpile, assuming it's stone. Can we trade yet? Take me to the trader. Let's have a little go at trading and see what we've got. We've brought a lot of goblets. We've brought a lot of crap, basically. Let's put all these dresses in there. I'm going to do a search for X. Brilliant. Capital X. Fuck you. Okay, so we can't search by the tatty designation. Just in case anyone's wondering what I'm talking about. When clothing gets worn, you get these little X's. Lowercase, uppercase, double X's, and that designates what's fucked up. And unfortunately, it looks like I can't filter on it, which is a pain in the bum. Although, look at this, we've got a lot of mugs, we've got a lot of green glass discs. It looks like we're going to be able to foist a lot of shit off on these traders. What are they? Are they Niri? Niri. We are enchanted by your more ethical works. We've come to trade. Fuck off, elves. You sad, boring, probably squeaky-voiced arseholes. Should we buy some clay? Let's buy their clay. We can't really sell them any wood stuff, but that should be okay, to be honest, because I don't think we've brought any wood up to trade. I'm going to pause Simon Swerwer for those in the know. This is a precious moment. Gird your loins, prepare yourself for what you know is coming, and I'll have a little look at some of the musical instruments that the elves have brought with them. Often elven musical instruments are actually of a higher standard than the other races, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Hello, Gingy Ginger. Welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. Booze. It is very annoying, Shinio, when they when a stockpile has a load of crap in it that you want removed and it just sits there. It's probably not the case with stone, but beware bins. If you're not storing something to be used long term in bins, don't put it in bins, because, oh god, getting things in and out of them is a right pain in the arse. They won't move non-gypsum out of the gypsum stockpile unless they have another stockpile to take it to, and they just happen to fancy shifting that particular rump. Yeah. Listen to Sal. Don't listen to me. Well, listen to me, but don't expect any didactic content. You're not going to learn much from me. Why are the elves selling me? Well, they've collected you from riverbeds. That's what they want. You could buy their adder to get snake eggs. Now, that's an interesting proposition, Sal, but we have just established a bird-based laying system, which includes eagles. So, I mean, who doesn't want a boiled eagle egg for dinner, right? Am I right? I'd love a boiled eagle egg, thank you very much. We've got ostriches too, and I'm not sure I want to stick venomous snakes into the hen house. I mean, maybe we could make a separate location for the snake eggs, but we'll see. We shall see. The giant swan. Oh, I'll get the giant swan for sure. Anyway, they've brought along. Excuse me. Oh, you children of the night! What sweet belching you make! We've got a grown peachwood whammo. Let's have a look at the whammo and see what the whammo is. I know we've seen the whammo before, but we've not done any musical instruments this session, so we may as well give it a go. This is a grown peachwood whammo. The body is made from peachwood. The strings are made from undulating cloth. The bow is made from pearwood. The whammo is a large, hand-held, silk-stringed instrument with a wooden body. The instrument rests flat as the musician plays the 6 strings with a wooden bow. It's the floor-mounted violin, if you remember. Tuning is accomplished by pegs. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from a very low to a mid-high pitch. Mid-high pitch. The instrument has a steady, slicing timbre. So, nice and easy. Only one selection of words to adhere to. Steady and slicing. It's an enormous dobro-style violin. Is it enormous? It's large. They're calling it handheld, but then they say it rests flat. Oh, so it's actually it's like a large violin. Is it like a double bass played as a violin? Is this what we're seeing? I'm going to call up my pitch shifter for aid, just because, and hopefully this will help us give a little bit of power, a little bit of depth to the sound of the whammo. What piece of music should I attempt to recreate with the whammo? It's got steady, slicing timbre, and it's like a. Let's go with. Oh, it's much bigger. I don't think that was the best treatment of a whammo, but we might buy this one because the undulating cloth strings really are an interesting feature. Very intriguing. Unfortunately, my pitch shifter is now covering chat, so I can't see what people are saying. Bear with me. Let's have a little look. Oh, it's a good point. It's a tame adder, so it won't be so bitey. Maybe we shouldn't. Is there any animal you wouldn't try? What, the eggs of? I might be a little bit leery about some insect eggs or parasite eggs for sure, but I'm up for a bit of experimentation. I mean, obviously, if you have access to eagle eggs, I don't actually want to eat eagle eggs. Eagles, I'm pretty sure, are fairly endangered animals, so let's leave their eggs alone. But any non-endangered animal, I'll fucking chug their eggs down, no problem. No problem. Why not? Osmosis Jones, being the first to point out that swans will fuck you up. I've heard as such. I'm not entirely sure. I've never truly tested it, but fucking hell. They apparently can break a man's arm with a slice of their wing. Very crazy. Slicing, though, not buzzy. It's chordophone. Chordophone? You mean my pitch shifter? My pitch shifter is called pitch-proof harmonizer / pitch shifter. If that's what you're asking. I'm not sure. Anyway, we've looked at the whammo. Let's turn our eyes away from that for now. Put it on the table for trading. Let's look at the ginkgo wood millemma. Millemma. This is a finely crafted, grown ginkgo wood millemma. The millemma is a small, hand-held, curved wooden horn. The musician blows into the instrument and selects pitch by restricting airflow out of the bell. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from a middle to an extremely high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a smooth, focused timbre. Oh yes, smooth and focused. I remember the smooth, focused horn. It has 2 registers. The low register has a full, strained, even timbre. No. I want to know why I'm doing this. This is very jazzy, very saxophony. It's a single horn. It's not strained as it could be. Let's try a different one. The high register begins at high pitch and has a light, brittle, pure, piercing timbre. So it's going to be high. I'm going to need the pitch shifter with this because I'm not so good with the high notes. Pretty shit, if you ask me. Middle pitch to an extremely high. So this has got to be extremely high. I'm going to make it a wet mix rather than a blend. Let's see how this goes. What do I play on my millemma horn? Millemma. That was terrible. That didn't fulfill any of the criteria. It wasn't light, it wasn't brittle, it wasn't pure, and it wasn't piercing. Let's try a whistle. Let's try see how putting the whistle up goes. No, I think we've lost the Malema. I've had it before, but the Malema has escaped me this time. Just this time. I thought the swan breaking an arm was a factoid. I mean, swans have hollow bones, right? They couldn't break a human arm. I mean, nobody said that they didn't break their own wings in the process. They're like bumblebees. When a swan attacks you, it rips its own stomach out through its wings and then breaks your arms. That's how it happens. It's a shame, but, it's just nature, isn't it? Taking its course. Don't aggravate swans. It'll kill them. They'll come and they'll try and sting you with their wings. It'll break your bones. They'll die disappointed because they'll realise, I don't have stingers, I've only got wings. And it's a shame. It's a real shame. Piercing, at least. I'm guessing it would be at plus 12 pitch. It makes sense. It makes sense. How do I get dwarves to quit leaving stuff at the trade depot forever? I'm taking the stuff I've already bought. If only I knew. If only I could help you there. That would be a beautiful piece of knowledge for me. But we'll see. We'll see if I ever figure it out. Anyway, let's buy those Malemas and let's have a look at this Fakiki. A grown ginkgo wood Fakiki. This is a finely crafted grown ginkgo wood Fakiki. The yoke is made from ash. Groovy. The sound chest is made from ginkgo wood. The strings are made from Raimi. Sam Raimi? Doubling down on the Evil Dead jokes there. The Fakiki is a mid-sized, hand-held, cloth-stringed instrument with a wooden yoke and a wooden body. The strings are suspended from the yoke down to the body, and the musician plucks the 6 strings. Tuning is accomplished by pegs. The instrument has a 4-octave range. Excuse me. A 4-octave range going from a mid-low to a very high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a smooth, steady timbre. Smooth and steady. It has 3 registers. The low register has a full, pure, crisp timbre. So, steady, smooth, full, pure. Bung, bung, bung. Hold on.
Bung. Bang, 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 bang. Bow, bow, wow, wow, wow. Bow, wow, 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 wow.
There we go. Theme to Coronation Street played on a Fakiki. The low register is good. It's good. The middle register begins at middle pitch and has a noisy, thin, crisp timbre. Thin, crisp, noisy, but also, don't forget, smooth and steady. Noisy and thin. Ding, ding, ding. That's not smooth. Ding, 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 dum, dum, dum. Possibly. I feel like I'm losing it. I had a grasp on it, and it's fading away. The musical muse is leaving me. The high register begins at high pitch and has a piercing, slicing timbre. Oh, I got capped out there. That's as high as I go. Let's Stairway to Heaven. Theme to Crossroads. Ooh. Shop Cryptbeards Mart. That's right. What about geese and are they aggro or just annoying like that game? Actually, I think you'll find geese are actually just working class swans, and it's very rude to talk about them like that. But I'm just checking. ShopSmart really doesn't work well. Cryptmart's Beard Emporium. Oh my goodness! Imagine going to a beard shop. A Merkin trader. Theme to Crossroads. Sal got in first. Okay, so So high register. So piercing, slicing, plucking, smooth and steady. Let's get this a little bit of aid from the pitch shifter. We're not going to go plus 12. I'm only going to go plus 4 here, and hopefully this will sound good.
Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. That went a bit weird.
Towards the end, but it's good. It's good. Maybe Stairway to Heaven next. We'll see. Geese are bastards. Oh my goodness. Are you suggesting something about the nature of goose marriage? Ganders and geeses. Geeses? That's not the right word. Anyway, we've now had a little look at the Fakiki. It's good. I like it. We'll buy it. There we go. We've seen Malamas. We've seen Fakikis. A Kuthabe. I've never seen a Kuthabe before, have I? Or have I? This is a well-crafted, grown ashen Kuthabe. The body is made from ash. The strings are made from pigtail. The Kuthabe is a huge, stationary, cloth-stringed instrument with a wooden body. The instrument rests flat as the musician plucks the 11 strings. Tuning is accomplished by pegs. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from an extremely low to a mid-low pitch. The instrument has a delicate, even, pure, piercing timbre. Delicate, even, pure, and piercing. Stairway to Heaven. Okay, let's give it a go. We're going to go into the lower ranges here. The pitch shifter must be put back into the minus range. I think I'm going to go... It doesn't mention drone strings, but I think I'm going to go for a mix in this one. It's going to be a half dry, half wet blend with a little bit of harmony. So I'm going to keep the original sound. Delicate, even, pure, and piercing. Here we go. Here we go, let's give it a crack. Can I even remember how the beginning of Stairway to Heaven goes? I might not be able to do this. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom 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 boom. Okay, wrong song. You got me on that one. I'm sorry. I can't do much more than apologise. I couldn't remember the beginning. Says highway to heaven, stairway to heaven. It's highway to hell, stairway to heaven. What a bookend of songs, eh? There's a lady who knows all that glitters in gold, and she's mine, the stairway to heaven. There we go, look at that, sung in the club style. Okay, so I think I kind of fluffed the Kuthabe, but I'm sure they'll bring one again, so we'll get other options, we'll get other opportunities to do the Kuthabe justice. Kuthabe Justice sounds like a terrible right-wing political party in Central Africa. I don't like that. Sounds like the kind of thing that might cause trouble. How about an akithe? Let's have a little akithe. This is a grown apricot wood akithe. This object is adorned with hanging rings of apple wood. The akithe is a small, hand-held, conical bore wooden wind instrument. The musician blows across the hole in the side. The musician selects the pitch by achieving higher and higher harmonics. Ooh. The instrument has a nearly 4-octave range, going from a middle to an extremely high pitch. The instrument has a reedy, muddy timbre. Excuse me, I ran out of air there. Got a little bit beyond my own capabilities. That, of course, being Jen's pipe music from the Dark Crystal. Gold star to anyone who recognised that. So that wasn't reedy or muddy. It was far too clear. You need something reedy suggests I've got like a buzziness to it. Muddiness suggests sort of like a That's more of the sound we're looking for. Holes in the side, higher and higher harmonics. How are we going to get this to an extremely high pitch? I don't want to keep leaning on the pitch shifter. Seems like it's going to play against me. I was getting there. Maybe my musical efforts this time aren't doing so well, but I'll keep trying. A lache. What's a lache? A lache? Do we go for the lache? Don't get started on avian conception, because if we do, the ducks will lead us straight to the dark place via the pink place. Fucking corkscrew-cocked, rapey ducks. Honestly, the more you learn about ducks, the nastier they turn out to be. Little bastards. Practically dolphin-esque in their depravity. So the lache. The lache. This is a well-crafted, grown high wood lache. The blowpipe is made from peach wood. The wind chest is made from high wood. The pipe is made from high wood. The lache is a mid-sized, handheld wooden wind instrument consisting of a central wind chest and 14 cylindrical wooden pipes, fitted with free reeds. The musician selects the pitch by stopping holes. The instrument has a 3.5 octave range, going from a mid-low to a high pitch. At all pitches, the instrument has a vibrating timbre. It has 2 registers. The low register has a brittle, piercing, strident timbre. Okay, so we're looking for brittle, piercing, and strident. And we're also looking for vibrating, which means vibro fists. Are we ready? Remember, if you want to get a little bit of vibrato in your voice, just pump your fists up and down. See, works a treat. It's good. Bring a sweat on, though. I'll be out of breath by the end of this one. So, what piece of music to do justice to the lache? Maybe the Godfather music. Maybe that'll work. Give it a go. So it's vibrating, brittle and piercing, excuse me. And it's mid-low, not low-low. So we'll just stick with my regular voice. Okay. Brittle, piercing and strident. Brittle, piercing and strident. And it's got blowpipes and wind chests. No. Too high pitched. Please don't call an ambulance. It's all part of the performance. No ambulance. Oh, there we go. Ennio Morricone, eat your heart out. Not literally, that would be horrific. The high register begins at mid-high pitch and has a raspy timbre. So, raspy. Something like that. Some kind of hissy, raspy sound. Not so good about that. So, wobbling and raspy. High-pitched. Oh no, I was about to launch into the Gremlins theme tune, but I don't think that would work. I feel like the Gremlins theme tune is going to be too much high effort. What's going to work with a high end? I'll try the theme tune to the Flumps. Oh, wow, that certainly got me going. My goodness, let's buy it. Oh, help me. The Whammo, the Lache, we'll buy both of those. And then on to a grown pine puzzle box. A lament configuration for which we use to summon the Xenobites. The Xenobites? That doesn't work. Oh, I'm out of breath now. Let's put Simon Swirl back on to fill the musical void left by my finishing. Oh, God. We must have jettisoned almost all of the viewers at this point, right? It's just the hardcore few remaining. Those who were in the know before the stream started. Those who were aware of the depravity that would be unleashed. Who knows? Nighty night, Osmosis Jones, off on the highway to bed. The methodology of this instrument is horrifying. Probably the last one you were talking about. I agree. It's a little bit too much. I was deliberately not looking at the webcam. Otherwise, I feel like it would have broken me. I would have gone, what am I doing? What the fuck am I actually doing? I've got 2 kids. I'm a fully grown adult. And here I am, looking like a complete tit on the internet. Although, I'm not going to lie. I kind of enjoyed it. Let's come back down here and start looking at what else we've got. Cages. Cages. Now, a giant cardinal. Good. That'll lay eggs. A giant cockatiel. Yes. No, that won't lay eggs. Wait. Is a female called just a teal? No, surely not. Surely not. That can't be the case. That's madness. Chinchillas don't lay eggs. Giant swans do. Let's get that. Cougars. Lovely. Let's get one of those on board. Get that trained up. I'll buy the adder. If it's all tame, that's fine. Snake eggs. Gotta be good, right? Alligators lay eggs too. Not the men, of course. The males, rather. Is an alligator a man?
Was once a man. Was once a man.
You remember that? Back in the day? The old Action Force? International heroes, Action Force will dare. Do I want dresses, shirts? I don't want any of that shit. Clothing we're all making in-house. I have plans for clothing. I shall not be buying any highfalutin haute couture from the elves, thank you very much. You take your flouncy dresses and your silly jewellery elsewhere. We have no interest. We've got rope reed left glove. Deeply uninteresting. Ginkgo amulets, arrows. Here we go. Let's grab some nuts. Walnuts, hazelnuts, walnuts, hazelnuts, hazelnuts, ginkgo seeds, hazelnuts, pears and saguaro fruit, pears and saguaro fruit, apricots, saguaro fruit, pears and apricots, plums, apples, pears, bayberries, plums, persimmons, saguaro fruit. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. If you bear with me, I'll just get through the fruit. Probably turn most of it into booze, which I'm alright with. I'm fine with that. And let's keep going down, see if we spot anything. They haven't brought any books. What is it with the subliteracy of elves? Why in this world don't they produce anything for me to read? I like having books. Everybody knows. Instruments, books, that's my things. Come on, elves. Right, they've only got 8 grand's worth of trade goods. I'm not sure they're going to be able to take away enough of our shit to make this worth my time. Disappointing. I'm very disappointed in you, elves. And it's a genetic thing. Don't try and fucking earn back my trust. Do I want goblets? Well, let's sell a load of goblets. Let's get rid of all this low-grade chod. Silver battle axe? Nah. Lushobnobgost. Why have we ended up with an artifact in here? A dwarf bone pick. Who's dropped Lushobnobgost? Lushobnobgost? Yeah. Who's dropped that? You fucking idiots. Keep control of yourselves. We do, however, want to sell the warhammers. They're of no use to us. We want those reforged from other materials. That's the plan. They're kind of high quality, but they're stuck in a bin that we can't use them from, so sell away. Sell away, sell away, sell away. Ooh, ooh. Excuse me, getting too loud. Gotta wake the kids up. Gotta be careful. Calm down, scoundrel. Come on. Do we want this iron pick, copper crossbow, copper battle axe? I don't know, really. Do I want to... This stuff can all get melted down, right? Or even used. Yeah, we'll keep that. We'll get that in the melty pile. It'll be all good. Serrated green glass discs. You know what? Let's keep the value in those. And we'll sell the mugs and goblets. We'll get rid of as many of those as possible and try and trigger a new tranche of... Oh, don't put a finished goods bin in there, scoundrel. That'll get you in trouble. The elves will get very salty about the entire affair. Is this made of wood? Oh my goodness, it's my brother. Bullshit. Your brother's not a tree. What absolute hornswoggle, you pointy-eared fuckwit. Get out of my sight, you slack-jawed, dribble-chinned mouth breather. Go away. Sorry, getting a little bit intense there, sorry. Calm down, scoundrel, please. Let's trade. Let's trade. Although I accurately described myself while asleep. It's interesting, wasn't it? Neri seems very happy about the trading, even with my salty language still ringing in his ears. What a fool. What a papega. What a papega. We need to get some cages in these traps. I've just noticed by their slightly darker coloration that these don't actually have cages in them. They're unarmed and therefore utterly fucking useless. What are you doing to me, dwarves? Why are you taking so long to do all the cool shit? Okay, let's get the trader out of here. There we go. And we can focus on other things happening in the fortress. We can have a little look at our dwarves as they trudge through our vomit-strewn corridor into the deeper fortress. Go down past our farming zone. We got lots of sheep. We need to chop a few of them up. They're probably going to denude the moss surface pretty quickly. And ideally, we'd have enough moss to keep them fed. That would be the best case scenario. It looks like they haven't put all the tatty... Oh, wait, no. Pigtail dress. Pigtail dress. It looks like all these are... Oh, no, look, they're all knackered. Why? Why? Why you do this to me, huh? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Oh, what a spam handler. I should have pressed I to go to my zone management system, come in here and said deactivate the garbage dump. Oh, with all the fuck-witted things I could have done. Watch now as dwarves pour forth to bring tatty clothing from that stockpile to the other place I told them to put it. What a dingleberry. What a damaged dangus. Let's have a little look up here. Oh my goodness, I think chat is actually a little way behind me. It tickled my ears. Oh, heavens above. Heavens above. Carry a musical shake weight. Maybe I should invest in a shake weight for my musical stylings. That might work. Teals are a type of duck. Cockatiels are a type of parakeet. Ah. Alligatress. Now there's a lady alligator of distinction. An alligatress. Lovely. The fruit singing might be the worst thing you've done on stream since the accidental shirtless flash. It's entirely possible. I mean, that was pretty embarrassing. You got the full glory of my gut pressed up against my tits. It was rough. It was rough. The shaking might have knocked some part loose. It's entirely possible. Entirely possible. Did somebody try and pimp viewbots in the chat? Did Sal bring down the banhammer? Big follows, you say? Oh, that's nice. I'm going to go give them all of my dollary dues. Oh, heavens above. Oh, I'll have them. I'll have them. Every time you go through the instrument, I imagine a buyer that instead of testing the instrument, he just tries to replicate the sound, then buy it. I mean, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should go to guitar shops and say, what does this one sound like? Describe the sound to me. And then when they tell me what it sounds like, I'll be like, so it sounds kind of... That might work. Or maybe, I've got a friend who plays guitar really well. Maybe I should get a tiny speaker embedded in a tooth. And then he can stand outside listening on a wire. And when the time comes, he can play on his little secret guitar. And I can have a speaker in my mouth going... It might work. It might work. Not going to video it or anything. Just for fun. Just for fun. Goodbye, bot. Goodbye, the yellow bot road. Where was I? I was playing Dwarf Fortress, wasn't I? Man, we've done quite a bit of Dwarf Fortress considering how fucking distracted and useless I can be at times. We're doing alright. We got a trade done. So, let's keep looking down here. Actually, you know what? I am in dire need of a toilet trip and maybe a little snack just to bring my food levels up a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Dwarf Therapist and we're going to deal with our namey queue because we've had a lot of people request names. We've had 2 people request names, and it would be not good. It would not be good, rather, be not good, if I didn't actually fulfill those wishes. So let's come over here. We'll sort by has nickname, and we'll see who's got one. We've got Arse Candles, Asbestos, Bahuntome, Blueberry, Charlie, Chunky Nut, Conquest of Games, Corgi Derp, Dingo Dong, Irony Yarn, Friday, Fuzzy, Harry Beaver, Ice Frost King, Jack Ryan, Kia Hime, Mikey, Mama Sal, Ocelot, Firehawk, Plutonium Jesus, Ragnar Lodbrock, Ravelin, Shazoo, someone's going to get the burp, Seppo, Spider Jim, Tasty, the Popatron 2, excuse me, Tidy, you got the burp on top of you, and Pope got it underneath him, whatever, Veru, Zast, and Zlatan. It looks like Fuzzy's still here, so I'm afraid I'm going to have to reject your request, Fuzzy. You have to keep those points. You have to keep them. And let's find Solon the Broker, and we'll give him the name Jazz Hands, as suggested by Old Man Chunky Nut. There's an old man with chunky nuts here. That's an old man. Excuse me. Solon Jazz Hands. Is that him? That's not him, is it? Where's Solon the Trader? Huh. Do I need to refresh? Surely not. Surely not. Oh, there he is. Solon Stuckoscavod, whatever his name is. Here we go. Jazzhands. Yaz Hands. The only way is up. Baby. Sorry. My mind has turned to mush. I'll have a quick check on chat. Claycree is wasting points because they have 40,000. I know you're feeling. I've got a few channels that I watch on Twitch, and I have an extraordinary number of points on most of them. Like Angori Tom's channel. Every now and again I'll pipe up occasionally or I'll unlock an emote or something, but I must have like 60, 100 grand's worth of points on his channel. Anyway, we've done the namies. Let's go back to the fortress and pause things while I take a little break. In the pause, we'll pause the music as well, and we'll go back to the home screen. There we go. It's nice, isn't it? It's lovely. I'm going to casually park that there for no reason. What are we talking about? Manipulative? Fuck off. Get out of here. And I'm going to kill the camera as well, because you don't need to watch me tootling around in the background while I'm taking my break. And we'll start some music up from my good friend Sinister Elements, which hopefully you will find palatable, enjoyable even. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Oh, we've got some more namies. We'll do them afterwards. Don't worry. Anyway, enjoy this music. I'll be back in about 5 minutes or so, possibly 10. Who knows? Ideally, my bladder will be empty and will continue for at least another hour. We'll see how it goes. Probably more than that, to be fair. Anyway, enjoy the music. See you in a little while. Bye-bye.
Human existence became a struggle for uncontaminated water and food. Only the strong survived. And in this age of chaos, men were fearful, and power over other men made them feel less afraid. The flame of life on Earth was sputtering, and if extinguished, would never be rekindled. But there were those whose concern was not for themselves, but for their world and its inhabitants.
prove it to you. I challenge you to a test of strength.
Physical strength is no substitute for perception. For perception is the key which unlocks the intangible power of the spirit. You perceive nothing.
Hello. There's no way that was 5 minutes. That was barely 3. Oh, let me just get my... Oh, sit back there. Comfy. Comfy with my legs up. It's good. Turn a bit of Simon Swerwer on in the background there. Maybe tweak the volume down just a smidge. Just a smidge. It's ringing in my ears. Excuse me, quite loudly. Excuse me, man, that was quite the pee, I have to say. I fear I may have damaged the enamel on my toilet bowl with the blast. But hey, such is life. You can't have what you want all the time. Right, so, it's a bit weird, wasn't it? Let's have a quick look at the namey list, because if I go back over to Dwarf Therapist... what was that? What was that? Don't do that. Oh, that's weird. It's supposed to do this. There we go. Then go on to Dwarf Therapist. Oh, I didn't stop recording for the YouTubers. Oh, YouTube. Looks like you're getting an extra long video. We've been recording for an hour and a half. It looks like you're going to get another one that's just as long. Again. Wowee, what a treat. Actually, it's not really a treat, is it? It's a bit of a chore. Still, never mind. Things could be a lot worse. Honestly, you could be on fire. Come on. Think about it. Could be worse. So, Sanctum Spirit Stone wishes for a dwarf to be named Sanctum after them, which I can do. I'm just going to make sure we don't already have a Sanctum PQRS. We do not. And I'm going to give you, looking away, click, Melville Logemerol. Nice. Melville Logemerol, you are now Sanctum. Commit. And I'll have those points. Yoink. Beardster also has requested a dwarf. Here we go. Control C. Doing a bit of scrolling. Looking away. Click. And we have got Kib. Oh, wait. No, he's not actually a citizen. We'll go down one. Kickrost. There we go. Set nickname. Hello. Paste. There we go. And commit. Points. Yoink. And then Claycree tried to change Dwarf Therapist away. You can't get rid of points that easily. Also, unfortunately, I don't think the Dwarf Therapist thing will work at the moment because I broke all that bobbins when I set up my CK3 setup. So, we'll see how it works out. It wasn't your transit. No. Basically, what happened is when I set up CK3, I duplicated my Dwarf Fortress scene. moved into the new one and started deleting scenes to clear out some space to set it up and keep the basic fundamentals in place. At some point during that process, I accidentally went back into the original Dwarf Fortress scene collection and started deleting shit from there. So now I've got 2 partial versions of what I had before. And this is an experimental setup I did to test all the transitions and stuff, which I just happen to still have in another scene collection. So, I mean, it works differently from how everything else works. This is an older version. It's an older code, but it checks out. Anyway, let's go back over to the game. Home screen. No, Dwarf Fortress. For fuck's sake, scoundrel. Come on, it's not that difficult. It's actually quite easy. It's streaming. Come on, you've done this before. I know it looks like I haven't, but I definitely have. And let's take a little look at the fortress in action. Are we doing good? The traders can go. We've fixed one of those cage traps. That's very nice. Someone's been stung by a bumblebee. A stray kitten. Did you know bumblebees, the whole guts being ripped out when they sting thing, it's not true. That's only honeybees. The tragedy of the honeybee, right? Am I right? Of course I'm right. I'm the scoundrel, king of sifting factoids from facts. Okay. Looking here, I'm not seeing anything obvious that needs immediate attention. Hang on, what's this? Why have we got a table here that never got built? Suspended? Suspended my arse. Unsuspend. Activate. There we go. Get that table in place. Thank you very much. This is one of my more badly organised floors. We've got some stuff going on here that's okay, but to be honest, all the good stuff is down here. All the fun stuff is happening in the metalworks and the magma forges. Everything up here is a bit of a mess. Vaguely papagly, that's what it is. Oh, look, selling those silver hammers prompted some more to get made, and these are at least masterwork grade. Look at that. Oh, we're going to get some bang bang Maxwell out of these. It's going to be good. It doesn't look like that we've prompted a new wave of helms and breastplates to come out of the forges, but who knows? It may work. It may work. Well, these ones here should be the thing, right? Copper helm, copper helm. And this is definitely an auto melt stockpile, yeah. Okay. We're basically just waiting on the people to catch up with the backlog of meltable items. Shouldn't take too long. Something should happen eventually. So look, ideally your bladder will be empty, implying there's a chance urinating backfires. Hold it for long enough and you never know what could happen. You never know what could happen. What's all this red stuff? What have you done? All this red stuff? Well, this is magma. We've covered this before. We know what this is. But this here, this is, what's his name? Cinnabar. A toxic, I was going to say alloy, that's not the right word, ore of mercury. Although you can't actually get mercury out of it in Dwarf Fortress. Which is a shame. It's a shame. Who wouldn't like a bit of quicksilver? I know I would. Good book as well. What have we got going on here? All this red here is thousands of mini baby bells. A huge pile. The outside walls. Outside walls? That's sand. That's actually sand. What we've got here are sand walls. And this is a bit of sand on the floor. And this is actually our sand collection area. It's all good. I know what you were thinking. Are you thinking it was blood? Oh, and this out here, this is all fallen blossom from the trees. Apricot leaves, cattails, persimmon leaves, hazelnuts, etc., etc. Dense Meadowsweet. Sounds like a hobbit name. Hello, my name is Dense Meadowsweet. They call me that because I don't float very well. Where are we going? Yes, so, yeah, sand, fallen leaves, surprisingly not blood. I know normally you see red at the entrance to a fortress and it's a sign of great tragedy having unfolded. But I feel like the tragedy we have here is more vomit-oriented. We're not getting a lot of bloodshed, but we're getting a lot of stomach shed. It's not what you want. It's not what you want. I'm sure many clean-up crews around city centres in the UK are regularly having to deal with stomach shed, and it's, I would imagine, not as much fun to clean up as other effluvia of the road. Effluvia of the streets? Street grot. Yummy. Hello, Righteous. I've got some wooden spiked balls. Delivery for one Mr. Scoundrel. Oh, thank you very much. These are for annoying elves. Did you know that? Very powerful tool for that kind of carry-on. They get furiously upset when you clap them in their face. Apparently there's violence breaking out in my fort. Oh, it's probably somebody in a mood losing their marbles, getting a bit shitty. I'm going to do a quick read of the dwarves in Therapist. Nobody's died, that's good. And I'm going to do a quick happiness check. Even though down here we can see we've got 8 Sados and 2 no yet, but we'll get there. We'll get there. We've got 3 people in a stinkingly foul mood. I could have sworn it said there were 8. Oh, wait, no, they're organised by has nickname. Oh dear. How many of these are there? There are currently 6 dwarves with nicknames who are in a state of abject psychological despair. We've got Conquest of... Can you be in non-psychological despair? I don't think you can you? Can you be in physical despair? I don't know. I am not a PE teacher. I'm not sure if it's possible. Conquest of Games, Shizou, Zlatan, Tidy, Ragnar Logbrock and Charlie, all very upset. But within that set, we have Shizou, Zlatan and Ragnar, who are all currently in the middle of some form of diabolical mood. Shizou is stumbling obliviously. Zlatan has sunk into depression, and Ragnar is also stumbling obliviously, so they're not responsible for the violence, I would suspect. That doesn't sound like violence nonsense, does it? Let's look at the combat reports. The Hammer Dwarf is fighting. Who's he fighting? A stray cat. Interesting. Ah, okay, the Hammer Dwarf has calmed down. Oh no, they calm down and then continue to attack the cat. Grabs the stray cat by the throat with his left upper arm. I see, headlock. Could just say that. I think physical despair might be what I'm experiencing. Oh dear, Alceris. I hope it all clears up. I hope you feel better soon. Hope your despair becomes joy. Ecstasy. Absolute ecstasy. I believe you can actually be in a state of abject ecstasy. I think something being abject is merely something so intense that it causes you to appear not sullen, like to appear worse than you are. Could be. Is that the case? I've got to Google. It's Google time. I'm hitting the Googles. I'm googling the word abject. Abject. Or that could be when people with abs, their muscles fly off their stomach. They go pew! It's like ejecting. Oh God, help me. Abject, or of something bad experienced or present to the maximum degree, or of a person or their behaviour completely without pride or dignity, self-abasing. Oh, this is an abject stream. Amazing. Let's get the pronunciation right. Abject. Abject. There we go. Lovely. Well, congratulations, Scoundrel. You've taught people something and possibly even learned a smidge as well. Although you apparently haven't learned enough to be sensible. There we go. Another booze. Why not? Why not? I don't have to get up tomorrow until I'm picking the kids up from school. I intend to sleep until 2 in the afternoon. Hooray! Which is why I can stream till 3 a.m. Okay, so where are we going here? Well, what's the deal? It looks like our hammer situation has been unbottlenecked, unbunged, so to speak. And it's really the armour we're keen on now. Now, I'm intrigued that we're getting copper breastplates of masterwork and they're coming in here, but we're not getting any elsewhere. What's going on here? The order for copper breastplates has been suspended, which should only happen when we have 10 in stock. Am I right? Of course I'm right. Oh, we've got 6 in stock, so it stops. Okay, so we need 10 in stock. Maybe I should say 10 minimum. 15 maximum? Or maybe just say 10-10. What happens if I set it to 10-10? Does it get like a little tuft of hair and a white dog? Oh god, come on, scoundrel. You may be a dad, but do you really need to indulge so frequently in hardcore dad humour? Is that necessary? Invalid. Oh, please. Spank me. Right, 10 to 11. How about that? Will that work? Whoa! Settle down there. No, 11. Bang. Lovely. Just what I was hoping for. I really want these to get melted, but they don't seem to want to melt metal objects. I could have sworn I banged that in as a manager job. Let's have a quick check of the manager list. Yeah, look, melted metal object is right there. But apparently they're not interested in doing any of that kind of thing. They're purely interested in shearing, spinning, milking and cheesing. All that kind of gubbins. Maybe I should just put a straight up order in the workshop and keep it going. Add melted metal object. Repeatio. And we'll do it on this one as well. 2 workshops should be enough throughput, right? Fingers crossed. We'll see how it pans out. This silver warhammer hasn't quite made the grade. That's going to get melted down, and then when we've got enough masterwork ones, bosh, they can go in here. It'll be grand. It'll be lovely. So technically you can hunt flying abs and bam, you have abs now. I suppose you could. I mean, if you, like, you know, just cut someone's abs off and put them in your fridge for eating later, then you'd have abs, right? Kind of work. I bet abs are pretty good eating, right? Big old slabs of muscle. I bet they taste pretty good. I bet cannibals absolutely fucking rave about abs. I bet they watch the Olympics and they're all like, oh, a little bit of barbecue sauce. This would be the most amazing event the world has ever seen. Oh, God, I love it. I don't know why they would sound quite so depravedly perved, but whatever. To elaborate, I'm not sad or depressed, mostly frustrated and angry, but also I frequently barely have the energy to move. Oh, well, you know, fingers crossed. Not that I'm suggesting you're in some sort of bad way. Not that I'm suggesting you need help in any way, but, you know, fingers crossed things feel better soon. Hopefully your body kicks into action and goes, oh, and light shines out of your mouth and eyes and everything in your fingertips, and you rejuvenate like in Cocoon. Hopefully not at the expense of aliens, though. That'd be sad. Too chewy, you reckon? Too chewy. It's potentially possible. I definitely do need help, but unfortunately cocaine is illegal. Well, cocaine's a very short-term solution to a general lack of energy, I feel. I feel like you maybe want to try for some more more long-term options there. Well, then again, I mean, if you are wealthy enough, I suppose a sustained cocaine binge will technically alleviate a malaise. But, you know, there are side effects. There's blowback. There's blowback, get it? It's almost a pun. I didn't intend it, I just saw it. Oh, dear. I couldn't do cocaine these days. I was saying to Kel the other day, if someone actually offered me cocaine, I'd be like, I just fucking can't. I can't do it anymore. It's too much. It's far too much. Just, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. You guys carry on. I'll go stand in the kitchen. It'll be alright. Why did the cannibals sound like a rich, fine Englishman who is actually the secret big bad in a shocking plot twist everyone saw coming? Because that's the voice I do. That's my voice. And that didn't sound like a fine English gentleman. That sounded like the kind of English gentleman who might come out of the bushes in a car park and spoil everyone's fun during an intense dogging session. Ignore that. Ignore that. Okay. We still don't seem to be doing the melt jobs like I wanted them to. That's a problem. And they're not churning through the sand fast enough for my liking either. I would like for someone to be making more spinning green glass discs, goblets and blocks, etc. But they don't seem keen. They don't seem keen. Did that happen to me? I have never been dogging, but I did want to see a group of prostitutes doing business at the back of a van in the car park of Oxley's Woods. I've definitely seen that. What other untoward things have I found? Once, my kids were climbing a tree on the heath near here, and I was up in the branches with them. I looked down, and there was a pair of large but discarded soiled knickers at the bottom of a tree, right where my children would fall if they fell out of the tree, along with a fecally besmirched prophylactic, shall we say, which was interesting. I mean, take it with you. I don't mind if you go into the woods and have a little bit of how's your father, a little bit of slap and tickle, some kind of, carnal activity. That's fine. As long as you do it when the kids aren't there, that's fine. But take your dirty knickers with you. Don't leave them there. Trees, they don't decompose. I mean, over time, certainly they will, but not quick enough. Take your soiled rubber johnnies and your removed undergarments back to your little homestead. That's what you got to do. Because the stereotypes of the Brits being evil in Hollywood movies. Oh my goodness. Hollywood movies. They do like a good old British villain, don't they? They're very keen on someone. We will deal with your rebel friends soon enough. I think maybe that isn't the nucleus. I think that's for me the first time I noticed that my accent was evil. But I don't think, well, not my accent, the accent of someone putting a bit of effort in was evil. But I'm sure there are earlier examples, right? I imagine it comes from the idea of, of the American Revolution and that, right? British people are evil because they're all about tyranny and kings and whatnot. I mean, FYI, I'm not about that kind of thing. But hey, maybe that's just the lasting impression we left on America. It's possible. Whoa, hello. Don't try and use WASD to navigate, scoundrel. That's not how this game works. This is all about the arrow keys. It's more that the tempo of the accent itself lends well to monologues. I suppose so. I must admit, I do catch myself monologuing every now and again. I'll get into a little mode when I think I'm alone in the house. I'll have a good old monologue. I'll villain it up a bit. Ah, I see you found my secret lair. Well, unfortunately for you, I anticipated this very occurrence and have laid several traps in your wake. In your wake? Not your wake. That would be useless. If I put them in your wake, then they wouldn't catch you. They've got to be in front of you. They've got to be ahead of you. In your path. That's the word I should have used. Oh dear. And there you go. There's a little glimpse into my psyche when left alone. Okay, where were we? We were waiting for something to happen. Oh, hello. We've got a mood. Someone's gone moody. There they are. Look. Let's follow them, see what they get up to. I mean, we are kind of waiting for things to just happen now. I've set all the pins up, and we're just waiting for the ball to smash into them and give me sweet points. That's what we want. Needs melt designated item. Oh, marked 2 items. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I thought they were unable to melt anything, but it turns out it's just the order that the reports are coming through in. Elate, hello, welcome back. Thanks for joining us again. British people are supposed to be sophisticated, and so if they want a sophisticated villain, they do the accent. Ah, okay. I suppose that's it. I suppose that's kind of it. I mean, I would argue that that's a bold assumption that British people are sophisticated. I've definitely met some very crude, unsophisticated English people. Incredibly unsophisticated. I mean, almost incomprehensibly so. They think all Brits are posh. They really should watch football. Oh my goodness, yeah, that'd clue them in pretty quickly. There's a rather disproportionate number of posh British villains and wizards. I suppose so. I would say more villains than wizards. I feel like a wizard is an unusual category for a movie, right? I mean, you've got a few wizard-heavy movies. You've got your Lord of the Ringses, your Hobbitses, What have they got in its pockets? Is filthy baggins. You've got. I'm trying to think of another film with a wizard in. Wizard of Oz doesn't conform to this particular trope, but hey. What's that one where Julian Sands distills the fat of a child into a flying potion? Oh, he's a witch. He's a warlock, in fact, not a wizard. The film is called Warlock. God, I remember that film. I loved that movie. That was good. Does anyone remember the film Necronomicon with cut price Julian Sands? I don't know his name, but he looks like Julian Sands, but isn't him. And he gets his wife vomiting up an octopus onto him. As I recall. Good movie. Excuse me. The mysterious construction has begun. Excellent news. Where is he, though? Uh-oh. He hasn't got the materials he wants. Oh, no, of course he has. He's actually begun the construction. What a silly Billy I am. What a twiddling Waldo. What a wangly bangly dangler. Well, I don't know. I'm losing momentum. We're getting to the latter half of the streams. Things will start to get slightly more incoherent, possibly even slurred as we carry on. Slurred as in, not slurred as in me dropping the most appalling language you could imagine. My first thought wasn't Harry Potter. Holy shit, he is a wizard. You're right. So many wizards in that. Okay, all right, okay, yeah, okay. They were not all Irish though. Me dad was a muggle, but me mum's a witch. What's his name? He's got a different accent. He's got an Irish accent, hasn't he? Can't remember. And then, of course, there's Fleur Delacour with her French accent. Although I strongly doubt they actually hired a French actress. They might have done, but somehow I doubt it, because they didn't for Madame Maxime, did they? Nope. Was that wee Jimmy Cranky? It wasn't meant to be, but if it was a good impression, then I'll put it in my little impression bank and maybe break it out again. Wee Jimmy Cranky. Oh my goodness. Well, that's a blast from the past. Are they still touring? I bet they are. I bet they're doing all the holiday camp scene and everything. Well, not at the moment, obviously. It's a bit perplaguey out there, but I reckon they're still out there plying the trade. Husband and wife team, weren't they? Man, they've done well to avoid the issues of the age they were primarily working in, right? There's been a few falls from grace in that era. Bahuntom Zogla Shagog, the captain of the guard, has created Azuzritan, a chestnut scepter. She claims it as a family heirloom. Oh, chestnut. No, don't tell people about that. Let's go and look at the item. The Somber Beginning. Ooh, tell me more. Show me more. This is a chestnut scepter. All craftsdwarfship is of the highest quality. It is encircled with bands of chestnut and alder. This object is adorned with hanging rings of chestnut. On the item is an image of a cushion cabochon in Pericles. Okay, that is one of the most tedious artifacts we have ever had created. Who made it? What was your name? Tell me more. Bahunto. If you weren't a namey, I would probably have brought unbelievable punishment upon you. I would have brought down the fires of hell. Well, brought up? That implies being sick. I would have vomited hell onto you. How does that sound? Pretty unpleasant, right? Don't do it again. I mean, if you do it again, make a better artifact. That's all I'm saying. Okay, now we've put him in his place. Let's check out the dining hall. How's that going? Everything coming along nicely? The food appears to be being put in the right places. We've got eggs. We've got our little cheesy pile here. That's very nice. This is all prepared food. This is booze. These are the raw ingredients. I think everybody coming into our dining hall is having a good time, right? Smoothed, engraved, instruments everywhere. Yeah, I think this is an all-round grade A dining experience. 3 Michelin stars, I would say. I'm in bed with a shit ton of work to do in the morning, but all I want to do is play some Crusader Kings. I'll tell you what, Righteous, when I went on break, I actually thought, I could play some Crusader Kings after this stream, and I thought, no, come on. You've got 30 subs now. You have a responsibility to... Oh, someone's been found dead. Let's pause it quickly. You have a responsibility to actually provide content for those people who are actually fucking paying for it. So come on. You've got to play your Dwarf Fortress, finish your stream, and then maybe some CK. But probably not. We'll wait until next time. Wait until we stream next time. Her real name is Jeanette Tuff. I can't decide which is the better stage name. Really? Jeanette Tuff? I mean, they're both cool names. I mean, obviously, for a woman, Wee Jimmy Cranky is not the most auspicious name, I would say. But as a performance, well done. Well done. Tell the Checkerbox story. The Checkerbox story? Checkerbox story? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, you mean the selection box? The like a chocolate selection box. Oh, you caught me while I'm drunk. I might have to. I'll go on then. I'm not going to tell you I'm proud of this. But me and a partner in crime back in the early days of the internet had acquired a rather large stash of Rule 34 based Disney pornography. And we printed some of it out and located the correct Christmas chocolate selection boxes in Woolworths and discreetly deposited various pieces of quite eye-watering Rule 34 into the selection boxes and then sort of walked away. I don't know why. It felt very funny at the time. I remember weeping with laughter, but I do cringe about it now. There we go. Story told. All done. Probably get in trouble for that. Probably still an outstanding warrant somewhere. We've got to find these perverted bastards. This picture of Pocahontas fucking herself with a corn cob absolutely ruined my child's innocence. I was amazed when we found a Pocahontas selection box. That was a pretty obscure one, I thought. Did I improve their Christmases, though? That's the question. Did I improve their question? Not if they opened it in front of their parents. I didn't. That was a bad Christmas for them. But we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? Who knows? The things you do as a teenager. What year was Pocahontas out? It probably would have been like a year after, 2 years. Let's figure it out. Let's find out how old I was and if the statute of limitations has expired on that one. I won't tell you who the other person was. Pocahontas. Problematic Disney movie. Here we go. Disney film. 1995. I would have been 15. So, I should have known better at that point. Didn't know. What a waste of print ink, eh? Actually, to be honest, the amount of print ink we used, we probably doubled the value of the selection boxes. Ah, dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Selection boxes have always been buyer beware. Not like that, though. Not like that. You're welcome, Clay Cree. I shouldn't have got drunk. Probably shouldn't have told you about that. But never mind. Presumably, maybe one day someone will come into chat and they'll be like, 1 year I opened this selection box that I'd been bought by my gran, and it had eye-watering Rule 34 in it, and it completely derailed the rest of my life. I spent the next 30 years constantly masturbating and crying at the same time. Ooh, little cry wank. The saddest of the wanks. Where was I? Oh yes, I was playing Dwarf Fortress. Let's get back on track, shall we? Let's get back on track. Eat that ass. There's a meme. Those of you familiar with the meme, you're welcome. Okay, let's stop staring at this dining hall like something's going to happen there. Let's get back to where the actual action is taking place. Here on the production floor. No, there is actually no action taking place here. Okay, let's go further. Here we go, the metal production floor. We still only got 2 silver hammers. However, looking at it, we are now getting more breastplates and we're getting more helms as well. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4 helms, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 breastplates. This is good. This is very good. They seem to be depositing stuff in here quite nicely. Now, I can only assume that this is still the scrub tier shit. They're not going to put the good stuff in here and then move it over here. The plan is for them to put the good stuff over here, the bad stuff over here, and then bish bash bosh, melty melty. Everything works out fine. It's good. It's very good. It's very good. Where was I? Where was I? I was watching my little lads run around, smelt stuff, melt stuff, forge stuff, create the items we need, but we are so far away from what we want, right? We really need to get this armour pipeline working, because I am hell-bent on getting a working military. I know it never happens. I know the chances of it happening in this fortress are absolutely minimal, but if I at least put the dream out there, there's a chance that the dream may become true. Because if you don't have a dream, how are you going to have a dream come true? To be honest though, I don't think anyone really wants an actual dream to come true, right? Even the finest dreams are often slightly troubling. I had a dream where it was before I met Kel, and I was trying to woo a girl. And the wooing was partially successful, but through continuing attempts, I managed to get her to come over to my side of thinking and be interested. And then, for some reason in my dream, I said, "So how old are you?" And she said, 17. And then, slam, I started to wake up and go, "Oh my god, I'm a 40-year-old man, I'm going to get in trouble. Shit, no! Stop! Please, leave me alone, get away, I was wrong, I shouldn't have done this." And it was horrifying. It was a moment of absolute abject terror. So I rolled over and harassed Kel. Terrible man. You've had decent military before. It's mostly the crossbow ones that don't work so well, since it's hard to get them to pick up bolts. Right, okay, yeah. The ranged military definitely never been great. I've had so-so military. I've never managed to do the military with the armour and all the equipment and everything. I've had good wrestlers, and in fact in earlier versions of Dwarf Fortress I've had excellent, ad hoc militaries that have just had whatever was laying around. They've trained up to be great wrestlers, they've done all sorts of stuff like that. But I've never done it properly. I've never had... You remember last time I tried to make... it wasn't last time, time before. I tried to make full suits of adamantine armour and get everyone all kitted out like that. That never came to fruition, did it? It always ends up either with great equipment, shit warriors, or great warriors, shit equipment. I've never had the confluence of both coming together. Never quite work. Don't stick them in metal too soon in the training. Well, I haven't got them in anything at the moment. I'm trying to get them to actually start training. Should we take a little peek at the military? Let's have a little look at what they're doing at the moment. If I sort by squad and scroll down here, right, we've got 9 people in this squad. Go to the military screen, do a refresh. Oh, yeah, someone got found dead, didn't they? Holy shit. I never looked into it. Oh, well, it's too late now. So, yeah, look. Their military skills are, I mean, if I'm generous, lacking. Got one person who's quite good with a mace, and 2 people who are with a spear, and then that's about as far as it goes. They've all got a bit of discipline, but not enough discipline to actually build their skills up, apparently. I've still, next fortress, if it's not a multiplayer one with Sal, which will happen, I'm just so fucking lazy that I have failed to properly put forward any suggestions of when to do it. It will happen. But my next solo fortress, at the very least, is going to be a one with a large embark. So I'm going to take a lot of dwarves with me, and I'm going to try and be set up from the get-go, power straight down to the adamantine, and see what we can do. Because I did an embark with 40 dwarves, and not much scope for the population growth. And that went quite well. Very well, in fact, I'd have to say. Oh, believe me, Druid's Mead, I've seen your fervour, your ardent fervour for the leather armour early training regime, and one day I will make you feel so proud. You'll be so glad. Is there something easier to make than leather? Because it can be hard to get large amounts of leather. To be honest, to get the armour skill up, you only need them to be wearing one piece of leather armour. One piece. Which is nice. This makes it easy. Just give them a leather hat, leather loincloth, something of that nature, and they'll power up. Oh, look! We're only one breastplate away from top tier gear. Lovely. Let me just click here. Excuse me. What kind of armour are we putting in this stockpile? What are we making next? Feet. So we need high boots. Excuse all this burping. How rude of me. Let's make some high boots, and we'll put an order in the same workshop as the breastplates. Add armour, copper, high boots, and then we'll say Alt W. Yes to repeat. I would like Shift add boots made of copper. Shift R. Give me 10 to 11. Oh, settle down, scoundrel, please. There we go. There we go. Oh, sorry, I've left you in dwarf therapist, haven't I? And there's no means by which to change it back. Is a leather loincloth the Conan thing? Doesn't he wear furry little pants like an old He-Man action figure? Or am I misunderstanding? Oh yeah, man, you can get loads of kitten leather. Easy peasy. I mean, you can skin them like the rabbits in Red Dead Redemption. Just pick them up, stick your finger in their bum hole, and off comes the entire skin. Is that how it works? Or do you do it from the mouth end? I don't know. I've never skinned a kitten. I've never had cause to. Although that one time that our cat shit in the bath, I nearly did. Then again, it was in the bath. You could just wash it away with the shower head. It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. Hello, 0112? 0112? I'm guessing that's the pronunciation. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I'm a total beginner at this game. Can I ask you a quick question? You can ask as many questions as you like, although I can't make any promises about the quality of my answers. This isn't what you would call a learning stream. I mean, these guys have tried to get me to get good, but it's a struggle sometimes. But if you ask a question that fits neatly inside my knowledge of the domain of Dwarf Fortress, I will do my best to give you a good answer. We'll see how it goes. Red Dead Stars, cat skinning indeed. How do you make cups? My dwarves are pissed. That I can help you with. Oh, we're in the middle of a save though. We've got to wait. Druid's Mead. Yes, correct. It is the Crafts Dwarf Workshop. Although you can do it in the Glassmaker's Workshop as well. I'm actually making tons of glass goblets in my fortress, but if you want the basic vanilla version of the cup, then yes, you want rock mugs, which I will show you how to make in just a moment once this save is finished. Shouldn't take too long. What time is it? It's only 2:10. It's all good. Time seems really fucked up this stream. Like early on, the first hour of the stream was gone, and now this second hour seems to have taken much longer for some reason. It doesn't make sense, does it? Why is that? How does it work? What is such weird sinusoidal time compression and expansion? It doesn't make any sense. Hello, living in a volcano. Living in a cardboard volcano. That doesn't work. Thanks for joining us. Which tile set is that? This is Phobos, is it pronounced? Let me just have a quick look. P-H-O-E-B-U-S. Phobos. Phoebus? Phoebus? Phoebus. I'm not sure. But that's how it's spelt. It's my personal favourite. Also, I think it's the default Dwarf Lazy Noob Pack thing. So that's good, isn't it? Right, we were going to show our honoured new guest how to make mugs. Right, you come to where your Crafts Dwarf workshops are. You click on said workshop. It brings up this interface here, and you press A to add a new task. Forgive me if I'm teaching you to suck eggs, Grandma, but we'll do our best. You go to rock, or whatever material you want the mugs made out of, and you go down to mug. There you go. Bosh. Make a rock mug. Set to repeat. Everybody's happy. It's great. So hopefully that will help you. Hopefully that will help you. Phoebus, I reckoned, as in Friends. Oh, so it's like a Phoebus. What are the other names of the characters? Jarware. Come on, scoundrel, you can do better than this. You're sharper than this. You can come up with weirdly pronounced versions of all the characters from Friends. What was the Gunter from the coffee shop? Phoebe, Joey. Fuck, I can't remember any of them. Rochelle. Oh, okay. Phoebus. How do you remove mine sections? My OCD is going crazy on misclicks. Again, easy peasy. Wow, I'm getting all the real lowball questions tonight. This is good. I'm happy about this. So let's say we've designated a mining area here in this corridor and said, please, my young dwarves, dig away this stone. You do this, you do this, there you go. You want to get rid of it? Well, instead of pressing D for mine up here, you go X, remove designation, and then Bishy, Bashy, and furthermore Boshy, it's gone. Da, 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 da. Success. Everybody's a winner. Well, not everybody. Anybody offended by my terrible anecdotes earlier probably lost out on this one. But hey, can't all be winners. In fact, under capitalism, it was required that quite a few of us need to be losers in quite a way, quite a big way. Why have we got miasma in the cheesing zone? I'm not happy about that. We've got loads of stank milk sitting there in a bucket with a skin growing over the top of it. That's not ideal. Thank you very much for the follow, Living in a Volcano. Much appreciated. Same to you, 0112. Much appreciated. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for deciding to follow. What wonderful sentiments. What glorious behaviour. I am positively tumescent with excitement at your arrival here. Sorry, this is getting over the top, actually. Getting a little bit too far. How do I get rid of the miasma? You know what? In this circumstance, I think I'm just going to ignore the miasma. I'm going to let the miasma stink the place up for a bit. It'll be fine. What have we got left in our trading zone? Wait, what? No trader needed, but the trader's still sitting up here. Why? Did I borrow them? Did I borrow them? Oh, stop it. There we go. I don't think I did borrow them. Oh, I did borrow them. Fucking hell. You are free. Fly. Fly, my trader, fly. Okay, so they're now allowed to leave, even though they've probably been staying in there for the best part of a couple of years. That's good. But none of this crap that's sitting in the depot is being moved out. Every now and again, someone grabs a goblet, but by and large, they appear to be ignoring the plight of those who are stuck here. Okay, well, we'll ignore it for now, like most of the problems in this fortress, because realistically, my true interest lies with the military here. Oh, look, we've got our first pair of high boots. Fantastic. Let me just check that I set those with the correct options. Did I say only good quality? Only masterwork and higher. Lovely. Very nice. Excellent. Right, okay. So we've got 4 silver hammers. We've got a full set of, well, not quite a full set of breastplates. We are still waiting on the final breastplate. Although, having said that, we're probably waiting for the lower quality ones to be melted down before the next ones come through. See, the worst thing about this is I'm literally only making a full set of masterwork copper armour for every one of these dwarves to skill up the armour smith and the weaponsmith. As soon as they finish doing this, I'm going to be like, right, don't want that anymore. Let's make it all again out of steel or adamantine, depending on what we've got. I love a bit of adamantine. Stand and deliver, money or your life. Ooh, as they say. Well, as he said, specifically. Oh, so 19 minutes ago, Druidsmead requested that we name one of our dwarves Jeanette Tuff. We can do that. Let's go over to Dwarf Therapist. Let's copy that name. There we go. Control C. I come down here. I'll sort by has nickname to remove all the nicknamed dwarves from the list. Look away. Do a little bit of mouse wheel caressing. Is that actually going up and down? It's not, is it? Okay, let's just go up and down gently like that. Look away. Click. And Dodoc is now Jeanette Tuff. Lovely. Commit. Beautiful. What a wonderful recognition of their glorious showbiz career. Leather first, then chain, then add plate when they're good enough. Oh, okay, okay. See, none of this stuff is actually, if we go back to Dwarf Fortress just a sec, none of this stuff is actually in their uniform. It's purely stored in the barracks. So what we are waiting for, realistically, is for some actual training to take place. But my dwarves give precisely 0 fucks about training. They've decided it's not worth their time. They're not going to bother. I mean, I'm looking in Dwarf Therapist now. Ooh, shit, we had a pop drop. We're on 71 dwarves, and we were on 73. Let me just do a quick scan. Oh, I've put a poxy necromancer in this. Oh, no, it's not a necromancer. Sorry, I thought I'd put a necromancer in the military. I haven't. They're some other form of necromantic experiment. Oh, no, they're a necromancer. Shit. Well, that's not ideal. Oh, God. I've got another one here. What do you do? A faint corpse. Ah. Sweaty bum crack. Oh dear, this is getting too late in the day now. That's the problem. We're getting towards the end of the stream. It's 2:20 in the morning here. I'm feeling a little bit frail, a little bit frazzled, and if I'm honest, I've had a little bit to drink, and so I'm finding it difficult to cope with some of the more unusual occurrences here. Bit of a tragedy. But we'll survive. The fortress will endure. It will abide. And then eventually we'll get our boys trained up. In fact, you know what? Let's go into the military screen now. We'll have a look at the Orbs of Fame, because that's our important lot. And we'll put one more person in to bring them up to 10. Who are we going to do? Just having a little peeky poo over at the old Dwarf Therapist. We have a few people with skills, but I'm going to put in Kivish the Axe Dwarf, I feel. I'm just... Oh, I can't. They're a visiting monster slayer. What about Rigoth? Rigoth the Hammer Dwarf. Oh, fuck you. Let's go over to Dwarf Therapist. As you can see, Rigoth, who I chose, is not available for any tasks in the fortress, and therefore about as useful to me as a non-stick stamp. Let's come up here, and I'm in a little menu, don't worry. We're going to sort them by military status. And can activate, what a lovely category, very nice. We're going to close cannot activate, we're going to close juveniles, we're going to close military off-duty. Wait, why have we only got 8 off-duty military? I thought we had 9 people in our military. It very much looks that way from Dwarf Fortress. Oh no, there's no freaking leader. There's nobody in the leader's slot. Little gentle face palm to remind myself of my own failure. Ah, Photon Umbra, you just arrived. Ah, sad, sad. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound quite so mocking. As I thought about that, I was like, I sound like I'm really taking the piss. I should probably reel it in a bit. Terribly sorry, but you know what? 3 o'clock is usually my hard limit on streaming. Not always. I have gone on later, but 3 a.m. feels like a good time to start turning the computer off and moving it back upstairs into the bedroom. I suppose I could leave it down here, but kids are going to find it hard to have breakfast if my PC's set up on the dining room table, right? Oh, or worst case scenario, they get porridge into my cooling system. I don't want that. I don't want a porridge system, a cooling system filled with soggy oats. That's no good. That's no good at all. Okay, so let's find a dwarf who is worth drafting into the military from this lot. If I sort by the military screen, for Christ's sake, it's expanded all of my things here. How rude. How Unbelievably rude. Okay, so we've got one dwarf with any weapon skill, which is in axe dwarfing. So it looks like they're the only one really suitable for the job. Thicket, what do you do every day in the fortress? You are a beekeeper. I mean, much as I would love to train up some war bees, as we have discussed on the fortress on numerous occasions, I don't think we're going to be able to get any kind of synergy out of your existing skill set and what I want you to do. So this is my hand gesture for synergy. So with that in mind, we're just going to slam you in. Madam. Available, where are they? What was his name? Thicket. Thicket. Let's just do a search. Qthik. Thicket, you're in. Thicket, the beekeeper. Thicket. Hello? No? Not interested? What about Solon? Nobody's interested in taking this position. Interesting. What about the leader? Thicket will be the leader. Oh, you can't put anyone in until they've got a leader. I bet that's why they're not training. No leader, no training. Seems like a reasonable thing to assume. I'm going back over to Dwarf Therapist. I'm just going to have a little look to see if there's anyone else. We've got a Swords Dwarf. Ooh, Plutonium Jesus. A little bit of skill with the sword. Do we pop them into the military? Currently a glassmaker. Are they a good glassmaker? Just finding out. Just having a little look. They're a fucking legendary glassmaker. Level 20. Oh. Are you here still, Plutonium Jesus? What do you reckon? Drafted into the military, or do you want to carry on with your glass-blowing skills? Do we send someone else into the position? Assume the position. Assume nothing. There's really nobody else with any kind of military skills available. There are a couple of killers. We've got Charlie, who's killed thrice. We've got Dumat, who's killed once. And we have Zlatan, who's also killed once. A dwarf at that. Heavens above. Do we want a dwarf killer in our military? I suppose we could end up fighting against dwarves, right? We could end up with the dwarves giving us gyp. It's not that likely, but it is possible. You know what? I might even go random. Actually, no. Plutonium Jesus can do it. Plutonium Jesus may well be our greatest glassblower, but maybe we can give him the nickname Glass Cannon, which would be nice, wouldn't it? Be cool. I mean, it implies that he hits high damage and then becomes useless, but whatever. Whatever. It's just a nickname. Don't read too much into it. Where are you, Plutonium Jesus? Where are you? Oh man, my leg is itching so much. And I looked at it today when I was picking the kids up from school. I was wearing shorts. And I sat on a bench, lifted my leg up to rest on top of my other leg. And I realised that the itchy part on my leg is absolutely fucking horrific to look at. It's unbelievably scabby. I really need to get that sorted out. Kel's been moaning at me for ages to put some cortisone cream on it, but I just never do. I just never do. I'm terrible like that. Did I go past Plutonium Jesus before I started listing my ailments? Or have we missed him? I don't see him. Why? Oh, there he is. Plutnumjus. Plutnumjus, of course. Of course it wouldn't be Plutonium Jesus. That's insane. Using all the letters in a word. Ugh. Ugh, disgusting. How dare I even suggest it? What kind of barbaric depravity am I engaged in? Okay, so our military now has 10 members. And hopefully that will result in a little bit of training. Oh, someone's become a farmer. And a human caravan has arrived. That's nice. From Behal Mathras. Lovely. We can get a bit of trading going on with these lads, hopefully. And if we're very, very lucky, supremely lucky, we will actually get to sell all that shitty old clothing that we had knocking around. That's the dream. That's the hope. Have we still got a load of tatty clothing sitting in our actual clothing stockpiles? Of course we have. Why wouldn't we? DBD. Let's just dump all of this shit. Fuck it. Just straight away. Dumpy. Can't dump that. Why can't that be dumped? What is it? Oh, it's an artifact. That would explain everything. Alekmaz Stegmathanas. Okay. Let's have a look at Alekmaz Stegmathanas. See what it is. What is it? Anyone see it? There it is. A water buffalo leather brace. Okay. Fair enough. I don't really know what one of those is, but we have had them made before. It's an item of clothing. I'll allow it. Right, are they moving? Oh, look, there's the caravans going through our tunnel under the river. Or, more accurately, our vomit-sodden tunnel under the river. We don't really handle the surface very well, the denizens here. They get a little bit sicky. Just a little bit sicky. Okay, so lots of clothing there at least. D, B, C to reclaim. Claim all that. What are all these things that have been forbidden? That's weird. Got little plump helmets laying around everywhere and... Huh. There's a forbidden goblet. Here's a forbidden piece of armour, whatever that is. Some forbidden bars. Oh, for crying out loud. There's forbidden shit knocking around all over the shop. There's something here in this doorway. Something in the hospital doorway has been forbidden. There's forbidden stone here. Oh my god, this is outrageous. This is utterly outrageous. How dare these things be forbidden? Got a musical instrument here. That's an actual complete stockpile of stuff, so we'll let that slide a bit, but... Okay, we covered everything? We covered all of our forbidden stuff? Nope, there's loads of forbidden stuff on this floor as well, for Christ's sake. There we go. What about you? Yeah, all the clothes strewn on the floor, discarded, like they don't mean anything anymore. Which actually they don't. So, okay. Discard, but please do not forbid, because once they're forbidden, we can't get them into the right stockpiles. That's a right pain in the bum. I missed a chunk. How did you fix the cursed hospital? Oh, you'll laugh when I tell you this, Druidsmead. I just didn't have a chief medical dwarf. You sign a chief medical dwarf, and they'll actually do all of the medical dwarfing you desire, and the hospital will lurch into life, and all the people who spent the best part of a decade lying mangled and maimed in those hospital beds leap forth and start doing what you wanted them to do. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, I see Righteous got there got there before I did. Don't. Ah, well. So, the humans are here to trade, but we'll call our trader up, but we'll let them stew for a bit. I don't think we've brought all of our gear up. Ideally, we want to get rid of quite a lot of shit with them this time. Tons of clothing would be the dream. More sober than you would like, Druidsmead. Then you're more sober than me, for sure. Mind you, I don't feel that drunk. I've had 2 cans of cider and a bottle of beer. This, mind you, I did actually have that first bottle of beer probably about 7 o'clock in the evening, and it is now 2:30 in the morning, so maybe that's worn off by now. Maybe I've been drinking at a slow enough pace that I'm not actually drunk. Then again, I probably am. A migrant. A single solo migrant. They love arriving one at a time these days, don't they? They can't get enough of that solo travel. Maybe dwarves are a bit more adventurous these days. They're willing to move halfway across the world just to come to my fortress on their own. It's good. Liko Mizboykim. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're talking about trading, but frankly, this is not ideal. Oh my god. Ow. My fingernail just bent backwards. Fuck, that hurt. Ah, god, that stings. Okay. Don't scratch anything. Come on, calm down. Ow. Okay, I'll be fine. Just carefully just use the keyboard. Everything will be fine. The pain's already starting to fade. Oh, it'll be gone in a minute. There we go. Hopefully they've brought some gypsum plaster with them. That was one of the things we wanted, wasn't it? Unfortunately, Jazz Hands has decided socialising is more interesting than doing the trading that he has been asked to do. What is it about giving someone the position of broker in this fortress that makes them either an ardent anti-capitalist or just depressed beyond words. It's insane. You'd think we'd have this sorted out by now, but no. No. Oh, I think we've run out of silver. Otherwise, we'd definitely have more hammers than this, right? Definitely more. What have we made down here? Iron short swords. We've probably run out of iron as well in that case if they're not coming out. Ah, dear. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. It might be the months of imprisonment in the trade depot. Pish posh, Harold Beaver, pish posh. As if being locked into the trade depot with no hope of leaving for months, if not years on end, would in any way psychologically impact on my dwarves. Are you actually crazy? Are you a lunatic? Are you some kind of buffoon? I jest, of course. Of course you're not a buffoon. Actually, I say that. I don't know you. Maybe you are a buffoon. Maybe you're a balloon. I mean, that's entirely possible. If someone put a compressed air hose up your bottom and inflated you, would you technically be a balloon? I think you would, wouldn't you? I think you would. What is it? What defines a balloon? Is it just something inflated? I think a balloon has to be created for the sole purpose of inflation, right? Something that gets inflated, like a pig's bladder filled with helium, does not make a balloon. If anything, it makes an old-fashioned football, right? Well, maybe not, maybe not. A brightly coloured rubber sack inflated with air and then sealed at the neck, used as a children's toy or decoration, in quantities of 99. A large bag filled with hot air or gas to make it rise in the air, typically carrying a basket for passengers. See, these are all... hello, Two Cats Yelling! Welcome back, thanks for joining us again. These are all very good definitions of the balloon, but they do not clarify whether an ad hoc inflated item is considered a balloon or not. From those descriptions, I would suggest, or I would infer, that a balloon is a created item created for inflation, right? That's the guess. That's the guess. I don't know why I like typing your name and saying it in an evil tone. The Scoundrel M. Well, it does seem like an evil name. Even though I don't think I really live up to my scoundrel status. I've never really done anything... Well, having said that, I just told an anecdote about something truly appalling I did. Yeah, I am a bit of a scoundrel. But, you know, not as bad as I could be. I could certainly be a lot worse. I could be on fire. Maybe he's Buffoon, the famous goalkeeper. Oh my goodness. You can inflate tyres. Are they balloons? No, but they're not. They're defined by being like a protective layer around a wheel, whereas a balloon is not anything that's inflated. Oh, I see what you mean. I see. So you're saying that if a tyre is not a balloon, then an inflated pig's bladder is not a balloon. Yeah? I think you're right. Something can be said to have ballooned out. So a balloon can be a verb. Verb, doing word. That's it, yeah, okay. So a ballooning could be a verb. So maybe something that has ballooned is a balloon? Is that the case? Why do we have to go down these grammatical rabbit holes so regularly? It's madness. You can be anything you want to be, says Two Cats Yelling. I mean, I can, but can a pig's bladder? I don't know why I'm particularly going for the pig's bladder. It seems like my go-to inflatable body part. Oh, nearly got banned from Twitch there. Keep that anecdote inside. Are we just meat balloons? We're not really inflated. I think a sausage could be argued as a kind of meat balloon, but because we're not inflated with our flesh. We're not like a bag of skin that gets meat injected into it. We're not a bag of skin that gets meat injected into it. We are not inflated by our meat, but a sausage is. So maybe a sausage is a type of protein-rich balloon. Possibly. I'm not sure. Isn't the pig the only animal where you can eat every part of it? I've swallowed a fly before. I'm pretty sure I ate every part of that. Or do you mean the only animal where every part of it is tasty? In which case, I would argue that probably the hooves, trotters can't be that tasty, right? I mean, the bones can be used to make broth, or canonically, according to Jack and the Beanstalk, ground up to make bread. But I've never had bone bread. That seems crazy. In the wall, they're turned into ground meat. Our lungs inflate, that's true. And again, I would say a lung, not a balloon. Not a balloon. Not a strict balloon. A loose balloon. A loose classification of balloon. Aren't penile implants have inflatable parts to help erection? I think that is how they work. I think so. Mind you, there's probably more than one kind of penile implant, right? I saw a guy on television once with his foreskin filled with ball bearings. Those were sort of penile implants as well. It wasn't actually his foreskin. It was actually the skin on the dong had little ball bearings implanted underneath it. He looked like a kibasa. I reckon if you actually did, like, gave his willy a Chinese burn, it would go chick 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 chick. But hey, it takes all sorts. And if you want your genitalia to look like a medieval implement of war, then so be it. So be it. Ball bearing away. I better pause this, otherwise these traders are going to fuck off before I get to deal with them. Send help. This conversation causes genuine pain. I tell you what, that guy seemed to absolutely bloody love it. He wasn't, I mean, sure, yeah, Chinese burn on the willy, not going to be much fun. But, you know, I feel like the rattling sensation of having an old chap stuffed to the gunnels with ball bearings could be pleasant, right? I'm not about to try it. I'm not about to give it a go, but, you know, other people, feel free. Give it a go. I'm obviously don't claim, if it goes wrong and you get some kind of infection, do not blame me. I didn't tell you to do it. I just said I wasn't opposed to you doing it. Okay? It's a very important legal distinction to make. We have a recording here. You're not going to get away with it if you try and haul me into court for this. Okay? Good. I bet he does. I bet he does. Dropping his dong on the little tray like a bag of change. Chonk. Get back on track. What was the cause of the dwarf's death? Oh, righteous. Good idea. Well done. Well done. Well, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe he enjoyed getting it done. Who knows? What did that dwarf die of? Oh, there's fighting already. What? Oh, there appears to be mass ruction going on in the fortress. In fact, my military appear to be fighting each other. And surely if it was training, it wouldn't turn up in the combat reports, right? Surely if they were meant to be doing it, it would just sort of slide under the radar, right? Buggery bum bum. I've had too much to drink to unpick this woven skein. Someone's going to have to help me here. Someone's going to have to help me. Yeah, well done, Righteous, though. Do pat yourself on the back. You have actually redirected the fortress back into a sensible direction, which is good. Which is good. We have had a lot of diversions, this one. Personally, so far, I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but in the ranking of my streams, I would put this one somewhere on a scale of 1 to 10, above 5, but 8 or below. In fact, I think we're talking about somewhere like it's a 6 to an 8, I reckon. 6 to an 8 out of 10 this evening, which, you know, it's a decent score. Something I should be relatively pleased with, but of course I'm not. Of course I'm not. I want this to be a 10 every time. But you know what? I'm not fucking Sips. I'm not Limmy. I ain't doing 10s. I should be glad for my 5s. And I should say thank you. I should say thank you, Twitch. Thank you, Twitch. Thank you for my 5s. Not that you did it, I did it. 8 of my dwarves just dehydrated to death. Holy shit. That is either mental illness, they've gone into moods, or physical incapacitation in hospital. That can cause dehydration as well. I suppose they could also theoretically be locked into a thingamajig. A burrow. Hello, Static. Welcome back. Let's do some trading then. If they haven't got all the shit in the stockpiles that they were supposed to move now, then it's never going to get in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to sell more of these silver warhammers because we don't need them. We're going to put all of our caps and whatnot into the trade, and then spank out a few mugs maybe. You know what? Let's not preemptively fill the trade bin with the crap we want to get rid of. Let's first find something to buy, and then scroll through the crap. It looks like none of those clothes got brought up here. No, fucking hell. Never mind. We'll buy all their bars, because they're useful. Will we buy their cut yellow jaspers? Will we buy their praise cabochons? Their rectangular shawl cabochons? Nah, we don't need those. We're all good. Grossulas. What's a red grossula? Table cut red grossula. I'm going to Google that. I've never seen a grossula before. Grossular. Grossula. Hang on, just maximising the window. Oh, that's pretty enough. Oh, various colours. Grossular garnet. Grossular polished slice. Okay, let's see what the description says. Grossular is a calcium aluminium species of garnet group of materials. It has the chemical formula of Ca3Al2SiO4, but the calcium may in part be replaced by ferrous iron and the aluminium by ferric iron. Oh, very exciting. There's Leuco garnet, transparent and colourless, Hessonite, yellow-red to reddish-brown, various different types of grossular. There we go. We've all learned something, and if you didn't learn something, then, well, I bet you regret taking that geology degree now, because you could have learned something if you hadn't already learned it, you bloody smarty pants. Come on. Don't try so hard. Don't try so hard. Let me catch up, please. Okay, let's keep looking down the trade list. I'm seeing blocks, I'm seeing rutile blocks, I'm seeing glass, chromite blocks, I'm seeing clay. We'll buy clay. We're getting up a little stock of that. It's not a ton of it, but we've got some clay available. Ropes. Water skins. They don't appear to have brought any up. Actually, they have brought some musical instruments. But it's 2:45 in the morning and I feel like I've instrumented out. Maybe, just maybe, we could save the trade and come back on the next session and do some musical instruments, maybe? I'm tempted to look up the Omli. Oh no, we've seen the Omli. Have we seen the Zocker? I think we've seen the Zocker as well. In fact, I think we've seen all of the musical instruments. You know what? Let's just buy all of their musical instruments. We can have them lying around the fortress, and then should I decide that I want to imitate a particular musical instrument, I can do so to my heart's desire. I'm not seeing a lot of interesting stuff here. We've got a sparrow. That's an egg layer. We'll have that, please. I won't take the red-winged blackbird because... Oh, another sparrow, because that's a male, and we won't get any eggs out of that. Not without a lot of fucking effort. I mean, first of all, we'd have to put the eggs in the bird to get them out, and that's just mucking around. Kestrel? No. Sparrow? No. No male birds, please. Do I need any yaks or anything? No, the sheep are providing meat and stuff. A snail cage. Why would I want to buy a fucking snail? Come on, get with the program. Bush tit eggs sound nice. Who wouldn't like a bush tit? Bush tit, just another name for the old-fashioned pornography you used to find screwed up under bushes. Water buffalo cow? No. Horses? No. Llamas? No. Drakes? No. That's a musician, you know. I've heard of him. Let's buy some of this carrot and quinoa booze. Why not? Is that peachwood barrel? I thought it was peach wine. I almost bought it on principle. I'm seeing lots of barrels. That's not that exciting. River spirits barrel? Sure, why not? Purple amaranth beer. Fat abs beast extract. Oh my god. Don't think so. Excuse me. Excuse me, burping away like some kind of beast. Barley wine? Sure, why not? Oaken buckets? We don't need buckets. We've got plenty of buckets. The weapons aren't really calling out to me. Anything going on here? Clothing, meh. Armour, we can make our own armour, and we are. Bags of seeds, again, not really an issue. We've got plenty of those. Although, is the food coming along yet? No. Vulture leather bag. Longland flour bag. Why not? Let's buy some Longland flour. Why not? They might make special bread out of it. Ratweed seeds. Silver arrows. No. We'll buy the anvils just for a little bit of... I was going to say free metal, but it's not free. We're paying for it. Here we go. Prepared giant sparrow spleen. Oh, lovely. Jaguar spleen, dingo brain, raven meat. What was that? Orca meat, donkey tripe. Heavens above, you know you're living large when you're eating orca meat. Man, the amount of effort someone would have to go through to get that. Donkey spleens, jumping spider brain. Presumably it's the brain of a jumping spider, not a spider brain that is jumping. That would be absolute insanity. Even though we've got no business buying fish or shellfish, we'll still buy it all, along with these nautiluses, squids, moghoppers, etc., potato plants, beet plants, lettuce plants, leeks, valley herbs, muck roots, lettuces, chicories, beet plants, grapes, bitter vetch, red spinach. I bought a melon today down Sainsbury's. We've got a sugar melon, a sugar baby melon. Sounds cool. I would like it. Oh, thank you very much, Static. It is a quite cool shirt. It's 3 time-travelling DeLoreans trying to get to 88 miles an hour. Very exciting. When was your last 10, Scoundrel? Because your streams are genuinely the highlight of my week. We had a 10 fairly recently, but it was followed up, it was bookended by 2, what I would consider like 3s at best. But yeah, we have 10s occasionally. Very, very rarely we do one that's very, very funny. But, you know, I'm not that insane that I would hope to do 10s necessarily every time. That kind of thinking will drive you mad. Or lead you towards terrible things like planning and preparation. Oh God, planning and preparation, that's anathema. It's not the Scoundrel way. Not Anathema the band. I like Anathema the band. They're good. Keep going down here. Pouch. Book binding. Siltstone neck box. Nest box. There we go. Silver pestle. A Lugu head. Book of the Mountain Home. An Olivine Codex. Let's have a look at that. This is an olivine-bound codex. It is encrusted with finely crafted round schist cabochons and decorated with giant mink bone. On the item is a well-designed image of a bladeweed in rock crystal. The written portion consists of a 10-page essay entitled Unusual Composition, authored by Athifil Embrace Test. It concerns the authoring of The Mystery of the Dark Fortress by the elf Athifi Embrace Test in blush planks in the mid-spring of 162. Blush planks. Sounds like a euphemism for an erection. Oh, she blew her kiss at me from across the bar, and I rose a full blush plank in my pants. The writing contains some asides related to the author's preferences. Overall, the prose is passable. I've got a brand new blush plank rising. We'll buy it. Why not? Let's have a look at this gypsum-bound codex. This is a gypsum-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 1-page novel entitled Rhythms and the Ways. The work has no particular subject. The writing is quite florid. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Oh, tragedy. We'll buy it anyway. What about this saltpeter-bound codex? Let me just check to see how many codices there are. Okay, there's a few. We'll just check them. This is a well-crafted saltpeter-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 23-page essay entitled Do We Understand the Dwarf? Authored by Erith Chamberpage. The writing has a hint of viciousness to it. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. A concerning codex. Let's buy it. Why not? A graphite-bound codex. No, boring. What have we got here? Siltstone. Meditations on the Mountain Home. What about this one? Let's have a look. This is a claystone-bound codex. The written portion consists of an 11-page essay entitled The Competition, A Brief History, authored by Athafi Embrace Test. It concerns a foot race held by the Bolt of Gripping in boarded rims as part of the celebration of paper in the late summer of 171. The writing contains some asides related to the author's preferences. Overall, the prose is passable. Nah, I don't like sport. Fuck that book. Hornblende, all begins with the mountain home. Meh. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is a well-crafted Hornblende-bound codex. It is encircled with bands of rectangular sunstone cabochons and rectangular shawl cabochons. On the item is a well-designed image of long four-sided prisms in kunzite. The written portion consists of a 63-page guide entitled The Book of Drive Folds, authored by Udil Acebolts. It concerns the fort drive folds. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Classic codex. This is a Railgar-bound codex. The written portion consists of a 302-page novel entitled Naughtiness and the Closed Masters, authored by Zuspgas Shock Dungeons. Haven't we seen this one before? It's the Kinky Goblin book. The work has no particular subject. The writing is quite self-indulgent and is somewhat showy. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. It's 50 Shades of Greenskin. That's what it is. If I remember rightly, this was written by a goblin, and he was quite the sauce pot. We're going to have to put that one in our risque secret collection. Let's look at this final book, the Malachite-bound Codex. Please be a good one. This is a well-crafted Malachite-bound Codex. It is encrusted with point-cut ruby seals and encircled with bands of well-crafted cushion limestone cabochons. This object menaces with spikes of finely crafted giant sparrow bone. The written portion consists of a 33-page play entitled It Must Have Been Mansion, authored by Dastot Paperchartst. The work has no particular subject. The writing artfully indulges the author's fancies. Overall, the prose is splendid. Nice. Well, we'll buy it, even though I'm, not particularly inspired by it. So, we're buying 22 grand's worth of materials, and so far we have put 2 grand on the table. That's no use. Excuse me. Need to go down here and put a lot more mugs up for trade. That's what we're going to do. There we go. Lovely. They're not elves, so I can actually put the actual bins on sale. So that's nice, isn't it? Finished good bin full of goblets. Nice. They're still making a loss of 8 grand. That's fine. That's fine. We can sort it out. Another mug bin. Boom. Still got a 7 grand trader loss. Do I just give them... Holy shit, I'm not doing that. It's 59 grand's worth of serrated green glass discs. Let's just check to see there aren't more mugs available. Ooh, there we go. Here's a quartzite mug. Here are some more mugs. Very nice. Keep going. For some reason I've decided not to include the bin on this one. Whatever. Come on. Get over it. Still got a grand's worth to make, and they need profit on top of that one. Do we sell this bin with 1 serrated green glass disc in for 3 grand and be done, or do I stick with the mug stuff? There you go. There's a 4 grand bin of mugs. They're making 2 grand profit. I feel like they're going to want more, right? Shall I bang a disc in just as a kind of sweetener? Just as a little bit of extra for the pot? I'm going to put another grand worth of mugs in. How about that? Fuck it, let's do another 351 worth of mugs. I'm feeling generous. Let's see if they like these trade offers. Yay! They loved it. They absolutely fucking loved it. Amazing. Right. Well, that looks like the trading is done for the evening. Was that 3 sets of traders we've got through? Amazing. Amazing. Let me just pause here. I'm going to take a quick peek at chat, try and catch up, and then I think we're at the end of the stream because it's nearly 3 a.m. Let's also take a look to see who we can raid and share the love. Share the love with other Dwarf Fortress streamers. Won't that be lovely? The main thing I learned there, or here, was the finger of the eye. Yes, the eye finger. Big long finger. A Rule 34 story on stream automatically makes it a 10. I'm not sure. 50 Shades of Gabbro, that's what we called it. That's the right one. You go get lunch, Claycree. You fill that tum-tum. You get that little gutty box filled with sweet treats or savoury treats. It's entirely up to you. Feel free to divulge or diverge from my paths. Not divulge. Diverge. Let's quickly pause the swirler and say to those of you watching on YouTube, thank you very much for watching the recording. It's probably being published months down the line, but fuck it. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Johnny5, being the only person who really watches on YouTube. Thanks. See you later. Bye.